Edmonton Sports Talk. My God, I loved it.
My name's Jay Milne. #Blue.
Our sports update deliverer, the Coon.
I'm Zachary Gubish, and you're up today.
You know what, Reid?
You might be honest.
All right, here's what's going on in the Nest.
All right, the Oilers have just made a transaction. Quinn Hutson back to Bakersfield. Looks like Kasperi Kapanen going to play tomorrow against the Nashville Predators as the Oilers off another disappointing home game on Saturday. We'll take on the Predators tomorrow night. 7 o'clock game at Rogers Place. We will have the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show hosted by Tom Gazzola at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. Plenty of Oilers topics to discuss this afternoon. World Juniors as well. Canada currently playing for bronze. I am not going to say spoiler alert every time I give the score or Jay gives the score. There's a current game going on. Our nation is playing for a medal at a major international tournament. So we're going to update the score. And 9 minutes left in the first period. It is 2-1 Canada leading Finland. Now, Jay and I just put this on. So we just checked the score before we came in. We're like, oh, that's a fast start. So we'll see. Highly entertaining game last night, really, between Canada and Slovakia, with Slovakia getting the win. What do you think of Max Kern in that game from the Oil Kings?
He was noticeable.
Yeah, he was good.
Wow, was he ever great? That's good to see. I mean, if Team Canada is going to lose, there's a local, I guess, connection to Czechia. I thought that was just an enjoyable hockey. That was a great hockey game.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, aside from Finland just took
spoiler alert,
tied it up. You know, obviously Canada lost, so that stinks.
But from the level of entertainment
value,
that's why that's a great tournament.
Yes.
And you and I have said that, okay, we maybe don't love it as much as when we were kids. But to me, that's a classic World Junior game. Close competition, spirited, maybe some controversial calls or debatable calls. A lot of young players in a tense situation, maybe not playing with as much poise as you would like, or as they will in 3 or 4 years. Back and forth, momentum swings, and an exciting ending. Like, yes, it was a bummer for Canada, very disappointing for those kids, but that was, to me, that was a game that's the best of the World Junior Hockey Tournament. You know, not the 9-1, 8-0 games.
No,
game last night. And even Sweden-Finland before that, quite frankly, which all I watched in that game was overtime and the shootout.
Yeah.
And I felt like I'd watched the entire game. Yeah. By the way,
it was a great evening of sports, which we'll get into for sure.
Yeah. I can also tell you the Edmonton Oil Kings have made a trade this afternoon. Joe Iginla, who'd been on this show a couple times, great interview, has been traded to the Vancouver Giants for 2007-born forward Aaron Obobaifo. Aaron Obobaifo. I've just started saying it, so I got to get it worked in. I guess Iginla wanted to move on from the Oil Kings, so this trade has been made. So Aaron Obobaifo is the new member of the Edmonton Oil Kings. And the Oil Kings will play Wednesday in Swift Current. So that's the next game coming up for them. Okay, Reid Wilkins, Jay Milne with you. Zach Kubish is here as well at the technical desk. Edmonton Sports Talk presented by Play Alberta. We will talk about the Oilers today. You're going to hear some comments from head coach Kris Knoblauch. We will talk about the World Juniors a little more as well. And we'll talk plenty of football, National Football League storylines, thrills and spills from the weekend games, because there was the game played. I know I didn't watch Saturday afternoon's game because I was covering the Oilers game, but I had a buddy who was watching, and he said this is a monsoon.
Yes.
Between Tampa Bay and Carolina. Watched the Seahawks and the Niners Saturday night. I needed to catch up on some life stuff and stuff around the house yesterday, so I didn't really watch during the day.
Well, there was really, I mean,
There was seating. So I guess the New Orleans Atlanta game was pretty critical.
played spoiler. Yep.
And then once it got to the hockey game, I watched Canada Czechia way more than I watched Baltimore Pittsburgh.
Oh, for sure.
Baltimore Pittsburgh, I was flipping to it, and then I put it on my phone in the last few minutes, so I saw the 2 touchdowns and the missed kicks and all that kind of stuff. But I found once I got drawn into a Canadian hockey game, the exciting game against Czechia, that was really my focus.
Yeah, Baltimore, Pittsburgh was the commercial break.
Yeah.
You check in on it. And then I did end up watching about the final 2 minutes live of that game. And boy, oh boy, what a finish that was.
Yes, we may have something to discuss about that a little bit later on.
Maybe. Just maybe.
Just maybe. So 2-2 Canada, Finland. 5.5 minutes left in the first period. Sometimes these bronze medal games could feature a few goals. Be checking optional. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes for that one. I want to tease this as well because we had Scott Edwards on the show before Christmas, head coach of the Pandas basketball team. So we want to give them a plug here throughout the week. On Friday night at the Savoie Center, the Pandas take on the Saskatchewan Huskies in Canada West action. It is the top 2 teams in the nation, and both teams are undefeated. So they're going to play games Friday and Saturday at the Savoie Center. So that's pretty cool. Scott was on with us. He doesn't think that that's ever happened, that the top 2 teams in the nation have played in the regular season.
Yeah, he did say that.
With both being unbeaten. So that's something we want to mention there. We'll probably have a Pandas player on the show at some point as well.
You going to go down there? You going to be there? You going to try?
Well, I'd like to. With us going right till 6, we'll see. Mm-hmm. I guess I'll TBD it. I would really like to go.
I'd give you a ride. I'm going there. Right from here.
Right from here? Is the whole family going?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind because I would like to see that game. I don't know if I ever told this. I used to do play-by-play.
You were the guy.
Bears basketball.
You might rub shoulders with a couple people. You know.
Well, I know Scott. That's probably all that's still around there. That
yeah, you don't want to rub his shoulders during the game.
No, do not bug a basketball coach during the game. Definitely not. There's a football game. What is the football game tonight? Is this the
Montana State Bobcats and the Illinois State Redbirds?
Okay, and is this at a neutral site or does one of them host this?
No, this is in Nashville.
Well, this is in Nashville.
Yeah.
So this is what's it called? The FCS, the FBS. It's basically the Division 2.
FBS.
Yeah. Okay, and
It's a championship game.
But this is don't they play a 16 tournament?
What?
Is Iwanek freaking out about something?
No, they don't. They don't play. It's not as big of a tournament. Montana State beat Montana Grizzlies in the semifinal.
It was a Montana.
It was a Montana off.
Montana matchup.
Yes, and by all accounts, that was the final. Like Montana State should handily win tonight.
This is FCS tonight.
FCS.
Yes,
it's FCS, FBS, BS,
IBS,
IB. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of BSs going around here. That might have something to do with the play of the day. I've done a little bit of research.
Oh, consider yourself teased, everybody.
And if Sweden, Czechia is not doing it for you, you could always flip over to this game.
Well, these games,
actually, there's a lot of if you look at CFL as far as players from which
you may see some future CFLers in this game.
You will, yeah, for sure. A lot of players are drafted out of here and high level. I mean, Dickinson's came out of there. Didn't Travis Lulay, I believe,
where did Lulay play?
In Montana?
Might have been, yeah.
Quarterback combine.
Factory.
Factory, sure.
Could it be a quarterback combine?
Well, yeah, at the start.
Right.
And then it could turn into a quarterback factory.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, that'll be for Jay's play of the day. So we're going to have some fun with you this afternoon. We have an interesting off-topic topic coming up that it's like a lot of our off-topic topics, it's inspired by something that happened in the world of sports. But it hopefully will take people down lanes, well, it should, outside of the world of sports and hopefully have some good storytelling and participation from our listeners. Here's how you can participate in the show. First of all, you can text 780-218-9999. That is the afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino, home of Tap 25 Restaurant. They have an $18.99 prime rib special 7 days a week except show nights from 11:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. Great deal. And that is available for dine-in and takeout. You can email Reid at edmontonsportstalk.com, Jay at edmontonsportstalk.com, though at the moment, my email is being quite cranky. I have an email in the hopper to send to Coob I've been getting the spinning wheel. It came through? Oh, because on my end, I still have the spinning wheel.
Oh, well, you could unspin the wheel.
You got the 3 p.m. one?
I got it.
Oh, yeah. Well, now
thank you.
Now I feel joy. Now my day is made.
That's good. I'm happy for you.
So you can email Reid at edmontonsportstalk.com, Jay at edmontonsportstalk.com. This is wild gold medal scrabble here, Canada and Finland. You can listen to us on the excellent audio streaming services, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, and of course you can also get us on YouTube. Subscribe to the Edmonton Sports Talk channel if you haven't done so already. And you can chat with us and with everybody else in the nasty chat, the chat stream going down the right-hand side of the page. And if you haven't already, do it as quickly as possible. Click that thumbs up button on YouTube.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
If you're new to the show, yes, we have a theme song for reminding you to click the thumbs up.
We have a theme song for a lot of things.
No, that theme song was not pre-planned or pre-written. That was something I did spur of the moment, probably nigh on almost a year ago.
That was ad lib.
And that's Jay laughing in the background. So, but sometimes people say they won't click until they hear the jingle. So there, I've played the jingle. So click the thumbs up on YouTube. Once you click it, now one account can't give multiple thumbs up. If you click twice, it'll take away your thumb.
True.
So click it once and then click the share button, and that'll give you a link that you can send off to other people in your life who you think will enjoy the show. Or even if you don't think they'll enjoy the show, send it off to them.
The click soccer ball or disco ball's gone.
Yeah, there was the other day you clicked the thumbs up or somebody clicked the thumbs up and they said it turned into a soccer ball.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, then you and I did it later on.
It's gone.
They must have had a graphic for some day. It was January 2nd, National Soccer Ball Day?
That's what it was.
Well, there's a national day for almost everything. I wonder if there's a national day for sportscast readers. Let's go to our headlines. Presented by 100.3 The Bear, Edmonton's best rock. Stream them on iHeart today. This is Chet Palmer with your sports report. Our junior lads are playing for bronze. It's 3-2 Canada in the first. Gold medal game is Sweden against Czechia. I'll take an order of meatballs and one of those coffee tables with a funny name. The Seabirds and the Mile High Horsies are the top seeds in the 4-down circuit. Meanwhile, that Ravens kicker is looking for his spectacles. Hey, Jason Milne, is that an upright in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? Cappy Pants should be back in the locals lineup tomorrow. They were so clumsy against Philly, they looked like my brother-in-law trying to build a parlay. I'm Chet Palmer.
Cappy Pants.
I think he means Kasperi Kapanen.
Oh, okay.
I think that's who he's talking about.
Cappy Pants. Interesting. Yes. Oh, Loop the kicker.
And how about that? I don't know if you noticed, Canada scored just as Chet Palmer was starting his sportscast, and he had the current score.
Wow. Chet Palmer can react.
He's on top of it.
Yeah.
He is on top of it. All right, that is the afternoon headlines for 100.3 The Bear. I saw this pop up earlier today. What website was I on? tsn.ca. Celtic. So that's a soccer club. That's in Scotland, I believe. Is it Celtic or Celtic? I think it's Celtic.
Celtic.
The team announced that, what's his name?
It's not the Boston Celtics.
No, but you could say different things in different countries.
No, you can't. Nope. If it's the Boston Celtics, it's the Scottish Celtics.
So their manager, Wilfred Nancy, who I guess used to coach CF Montreal, has been fired after 33 days on the job.
33 days.
Not a very long time. So that brings me to our off-topic topic for William Huff. Since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service, combined with decades of industry expertise, and a desire to make every job the very best can be is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com or give them a shout, 780-454-4536. So we want to know, what is the shortest amount of time you've ever worked somewhere? So I don't really have a good one for this, but you and I have stories about other people. So a couple things that popped to mind for this. So the shortest amount of time you've ever worked somewhere, and a little bit of the story behind it. Maybe you were fired, told not to return, or decided not to return. So one thing that popped into my mind is I call him my cousin. It's actually my cousin's husband. So I think this was when he was going to university. So probably we're talking late 70s, early 80s. I want to say maybe sometime in the 80s. He applied for a job he saw in the newspaper, and I don't know the whole circumstances, but he got the job. And he showed up for the job. And of course, it didn't say this explicitly in the ad or even in the interview he had. He thought he was going to be doing some sort of sales or something. Like he thought maybe he's retail or whatever. And he showed up to this office, and it was telemarketing.
Oh.
So he went through some training and stuff like that, and it hit noon hour. And they were like, okay, well, it's noon, so we do get a 1 hour lunch here. So whatever, there's a break room down the hallway, or you can go out for lunch. And he was like, yeah, I'm going to go out for lunch. And he told me he elected not to return to the telemarketing position. Yeah, he didn't feel good about it.
I wonder what it was marketing.
Yeah, this would have been probably 40 or more years ago.
Computers.
Yeah, maybe.
Should have stuck with it. Could have had a career.
Here's a microchip.
This made me think of when we had the furniture store. Some days, you'd have one of your drivers or swampers, they're called, the delivery crew.
Right.
Sometimes one of them would call in sick. So you'd have to call in a temporary labor. There was a place we used, it was the Bissell Center. That would, they'd have people that were there ready to work every morning. Then they'd put them on a bus, send them your way.
Right.
Well, I was doing deliveries, and you see how it's going. So this guy was not bad. First delivery, knocked it out. Like, oh wow.
And so you and he were doing the deliveries.
Doing the deliveries, and I was just happy that somebody could carry things and lift things properly, because it's really hard on you if you're the only one that can actually
for sure.
do the work. So they gave us a tip. Rarely would you get tipped as a delivery driver for furniture.
Right.
But they gave us a 20.
And you're also one of the owners of the store.
Well, this was young. Like, I was still in school.
Oh, you were working for your parents?
Yeah, I was still in university. So this was just part of my role. After school, I'd go to Yvonne's and do stuff. Anywho, get a tip. So I'm like, okay, I'll tell you what. We got to stop and get gas. So I'll break this, and I'll give you 10. And so I went in and I got change, and I came out and gave him the 10, and I kept 10, and I started pumping gas into the truck. Well, I come around and I get back in the truck, and this guy's 3 blocks down the road. He's gone.
He's got the $10.
$10. He did one delivery. He felt, you know what? I think my day's done here. So I don't know where that $10 went, but I could assure you it was spent quite rapidly. And hopefully for good things.
Hopefully, yes.
Maybe a bag of apples.
Now, do you ever think, I wonder if he found me that distasteful that he just wanted to leave as quickly as possible?
He could have, sure. I have a feeling it was for something else.
You think he had an immediate use for the $10?
Yes. He needed to put that money to good use.
I remember when I was working at Blockbuster, I was pretty young too, but there were a lot of people who were of the student age, maybe in high school, but a lot of people university working part-time. And you know what it's like when somebody starts at a new job, you kind of often get a good vibe or a bad vibe. Sure. Especially in retail, it's maybe different than what we're doing now, because somebody like Cooper, but they've gone to school and they want to do it professionally. But, a retail job, some people might just bring a crappy attitude, But I remember this guy started, he was probably 21 or 22. I think he was going to university. And I just got a good vibe from him. Like, he seemed to come in, he was, he was outgoing, he was friendly, he seemed to care. Like, you can kind of tell, like, are they putting the money in the till the right way? Are they smiling when they meet the customers? Are they putting the movies back, and getting back to work, or are they dilly-dallying? Like, he just seemed like, he's going to be a good worker.
Sure.
So he did, he probably was doing 2 or 3 shifts a week for a couple of weeks. And then one day he didn't show up. And this was kind of surprising because he seemed like a responsible guy. So I can't remember if I was assistant manager at that time or not, but this was like 95, 96-ish. Like if you had a cell phone, it was the size of luggage. There was no Facebook. There wasn't even really email.
Right.
So, okay, he's not here. Phone whatever one number you had for him, no answer. Okay, well, I guess he's not here. And then next shift, doesn't show up. And then that was just it. So, like, I remember once, we were hope nothing bad happened to him.
Right.
Like, you think if they did, a family member would have said, "Oh, hey, we realized he just started." So, yeah, he was just didn't show up.
Maybe it wasn't for him.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it was me.
Oh, could have been. You never know. I just feel it was probably not for him.
And he just didn't want to bother giving 2 weeks notice for a job he'd done for 2 weeks.
Yes.
So, Lars says McDonald's. At McDonald's, myself and 4 buddies applied when they first opened on the North End a long time ago. I was the only one who got hired, and I quit after the first orientation. Castor says, shortest job for me, 1 shift as a busboy at the old Ponderosa off St. Albert Trail in my teens. Mex says, I worked at Silver City a couple of shifts the first week. I didn't know you were supposed to check the schedule yourself. The manager kept wondering why I wasn't showing up.
Yep.
Yes, you should find out where the schedule is kept, Mex. Well, I'm sure Mex knows that now.
Oh, I'm sure he does now.
All right, so we'll get a few stories coming in on that. The shortest amount of time you've ever worked somewhere, and give us the details. 780-218-9999 if you want to text the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox, and you can also post in the nasty chat on YouTube. All right, kicking, World Juniors, well, probably mostly kicking. Mr. Milne and his love of place kickers are punters? Punters affect... I'll save this. We're going to get fired up. Maybe just Jay will. For Jemko when we get back.
The Oilers have loaned 24-year-old Quinn Hutson to the Condors, with Edmonton playing host to Nashville tomorrow night. And right now at the World Juniors, Canada leads 3-2 after 20 minutes of action in the bronze medal game over Finland. Later on, Sweden and Czechia hit the ice at 6:30 to fight for gold. WHL news, the Oil Kings have traded Joe Aginla to the Giants in exchange for Aaron Obo-Bifo. The teams also swapped conditional third-round picks, Edmonton gaining a 2029 selection, sending a 2028 third-rounder the other way. On the ice in the NHL, Minnesota takes on LA. The Rangers in mammoth clash, while the Flames and Kraken face off on a 5-game slate, and a few coaching changes in the NFL after going 3-14 in his first season with the Raiders. 74-year-old Pete Carroll has been relieved of his duties. Meanwhile, Jonathan Gannon has been fired by the Cardinals after spending 3 seasons with the franchise. Out east, Toronto plays host to Atlanta at 5:30, having a total of 8 games around the association. This sports update is brought to you by Advantage Sports Medicine. Connor McDavid's got a team of specialists, and you've got a bag of frozen peas. Get the same locker room approach that's trusted by the best in the game. Call them at 780-460-9977 or visit their website at AdvantageSportMed.ca to book an appointment today. The Reid Wilkins Show rolls on following the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
2 guys and a goalie.
They have 7 defensemen from last time. Say Parayko or Harley are out, and Schaefer could be there for the experience, and he's going to be on the next Olympic team, and Bush can be there. If something happens to Makar, you slide Bush in.
I'm okay with it. No, I'm still kind of surprised he's even in that conversation now at this point, but I think the only reason that he would be if Makar gets hurt.
2 guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
We have what you're looking for. GD Liquidators is Edmonton's one-stop shop for new and used warehouse, office, and industrial items since 1987. You'll find what you want when you want it. Give us a call, visit us in store, or check out the monthly auctions at gdliquidators.com. 100% Canadian owned and operated. We have what you are looking for. GD Liquidators.
UFC 324 is live Saturday, January 24th at the Canadian Brewhouse. With TVs at every turn, ice-cold drinks, and non-stop action, you won't miss a second of the fight. UFC 324, live at the Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
GCL Diesel has been serving oil country since 1972. From diesel cars to SUVs to pickups. From farm tractors to school buses to a big rig. From diesel generators to forklifts, GCL can test, troubleshoot, and repair all diesel fuel system components. Whether it's injectors, pumps, turbos, filters, or additive, GCL has the parts you need to keep your diesel running the way it should. For genuine diesel parts at wholesale prices, visit GCL Diesel in the West End or online at gcldiesel.com. GCL Diesel. Diesel understood.
Hockey is heating up, and so is the excitement on Play Alberta. With casino winners every hour, jackpots worth millions, and revenue that stays in the province, there's never been a better time to sign up. Right now, our listeners can score a $50 free bet when they make a minimum $50 deposit with code EST50. That's code EST50 for a $50 free bet. Start playing with your game sense today to find out if you're Alberta's next winner. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, please use your game sense.
Make a fresh start in the new year with Sentinel Storage. With convenient locations near you, Sentinel Storage is here to help you make space for everything 2026 holds. Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian. Try 4 weeks free. Visit sentinelstorage.ca.
So one thing that's big here at Edmonton Sports Talk, maybe it is at your workplace as well, is random trivia. I think for several reasons. First of all, I like trivia. You like trivia.
Yep.
Like Jay and I will often be like, hey, this. Ask the other guy a question. We have a couple of trivia boxes of trivia questions that I got for Christmas. One on Canadian trivia, which is actually quite good.
It's awesome.
That's way, way better than I thought it would be. And then we have like a weird sports trivia question. So during the commercial, we just visited with our colleagues, and Benny did not realize, or I guess just this is before his time.
Well, he wasn't born.
That the Germany as we know it now was at one point East and West Germany.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I was like a little kid, and you hear about the wall, I thought the wall separated the two countries. And then as you get older, the wall separated. Okay, what did the wall do? Do you remember?
Yeah,
Berlin.
It was the Berlin Wall.
It was the Berlin Wall.
So it was what? East?
So Berlin was in East Germany.
East Germany.
The Soviet-controlled side, but West Berlin was not under that control. So the wall was around West Berlin to prevent people from escaping escaping the communist rule into West Berlin.
Right. The Berlin
There's
Wall.
trivia for you. We really have nothing else to add. It's just memories. So that's a good question. We go to your colleagues and say, hey, put a $5 down. Here's a $5 for the, don't use your own money. Put a loonie down.
Yeah.
Hey,
here's
looney to the first person who can describe the location and purpose of the Berlin Wall.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
That's strange times, eh? Crazy
world we live in.
Do you remember the videos coming out of the sledgehammers?
I do remember that. Yeah. Knock down that wall. All right.
Take it down.
There we go. It's like, how many off-topic topics do we need for William Huff? Okay, Oilers tomorrow. We'll get to some comments from Kris Knoblauch and some discussions about some of the Oilers' issues when we get to the Oil Understood for GCL Diesel. Right now, it is time to get fired up, presented by Gemco Fireplaces, proudly serving Edmonton and area for 45 years, the authorized dealer for Napoleon Fireplaces. Whether it's gas or wood burning, look no further than Canadian-made Napoleon Fireplaces. All the Napoleon products you need are available at Gemco, 9281 50th Street. So last night, Sunday Night Football, playoff spot on the line. Pittsburgh goes ahead, extra point missed. Instead of being up 3, they're up 2.
Chris Boswell, thank you very much.
Historically, quite a good kicker.
Very.
Excellent kicker.
Yes.
The Baltimore Ravens go the other way. Incredible 4th down conversion catch. Dare I say unlikely catch?
Ooh.
Gets them into field goal range. They kneel down. They center the ball. What's the kid's name? Tyler Loop? Is it Tyler?
Tyler Loop.
Tyler Loop was at 44. Straight on. Never had a chance.
Didn't even.
So whenever a kicker misses a kick, I always think of Jason Milne, because you and I, now we've known each other about a year and a half now, been joyfully working together. But one of the first things I learned about you was that you do not like kickers. And you used to have kickers as teammates. And we've interviewed kickers on this show.
Yeah.
So what were you thinking in that final minute?
Okay. So for the first one, the point after, for Boswell, I laughed. Because that thing took a right turn.
Right. That was a golf shot.
That was a slice and a half. And I laughed, and I'm like, you kickers, you got one flipping job. You don't even have to punt. All you got to do is kick the ball off the ground through the uprights, and it's from a point after. A very important point after. So I laughed, and I said, ha, silly kickers. And then, 4th down, Isaiah Likely makes a highly unlikely catch, as you say. Well, not unlikely. I mean, it was a great throw. It was a nice catch. Sets up Tyler Loop for what would now be a game-winning field goal.
Right.
And they kept panning to Aaron Rodgers on the sideline, just
like, is he going to go strangle Boswell? Yeah.
Well, I'm sure a few people would have liked to. Yeah. Because, I mean, just think of Aaron Rodgers. I think if that winning that game meant an extra $500,000 to him. His contract is very heavy. Compensated with bonuses.
Right.
So that would have meant $500,000 to him. And he misses. Now come back, Tyler Loop. Now you're going to be surprised what I have to say about this. But I want to set the tone here.
Right.
I saw this stat on X. There have been over 60,000 field goal attempts in NFL history.
Really?
60,000.
That's a great stat.
No, I'm not done yet. Tyler Loop's miss on Sunday night is the only one of those attempts that came as time expired in the 4th quarter, in the final week, with both teams' playoffs hopes resting solely on the result of this kick.
That situation had never existed before.
1 in 60-some thousand situation. There's a 1 in 60,000 kick, you could say.
Right.
And he gets up and he blows it. Okay? Now, kickers, you know what I feel. You've got one job. You've got your own damn field in the practice facility, so you don't have to practice with the real athletes. You can separate yourself and go over here and stay alone. Nobody wants to be on that field, and they don't want you on their field. So it's a beautiful situation. You could kick all you want. Kick. Trick kicks, angled kicks.
Kick.
Yeah.
Must you kick?
You got all the practice facility. And at the biggest moment, at the biggest time when the team needs you the most, you miss the kick. Okay. That's that. Now, what happened to this poor guy since then? He has been getting death threats. Him and his wife had just recently posted, or his future wife, I believe,
right,
had posted some sort of engagement photos. The vitriol is impressive. It's just, I've never seen this kind of hate. This is not, I didn't know Baltimore Ravens fans had this in them. I thought this was more of a Philadelphia Eagle.
They did it to Tucker about a decade ago when he missed one against the Patriots.
And he turned out to be one of the greatest, probably the greatest kicker in their franchise history. Had some off-field issues that kept him off the field this year. But that part of it, when I'm saying this, look, I'm not a kicker. Could I make that kick? No. My problem is that they have so much time to themselves that you got to be prepared to make that kick. And a 44-yarder, Reid, in today's NFL is a chip shot. That should have been made. That should have been game, set, match. Baltimore should have been through. Did you see the reaction of King Henry?
He missed it.
He missed it?
Like, nobody thought, like, if it was...
Lamar Jackson.
If it was 58, they would have been like, well, bummer, but we needed to get him closer.
Yeah.
They got him pretty close in this state. And it was straight on. I don't think it was windy, though that stadium has a reputation for being somewhat difficult to kick in.
A lot of those bowls can be, yes. Right. But my God. I mean, I looked up a list of the most accurate kickers in NFL history. Just percentages.
Yeah.
7 of 8 of them are current.
Well, they've gotten so much better.
They are automatic. They're
and the
weapons.
Distance, too.
I mean, you can now kick a field goal from 65 yards.
Well, was there a 67 yesterday?
Dicker the kicker.
Or Dicker, sorry, not. I was going to say Little, but I think it was...
Dicker the kicker leads the NFL in historically in percentage, in field goal made percentage.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm fired up. It sucks, but it was kind of funny how here's Boswell thinking, well, now I'm going to I'm going to get all the flack. Now nobody's even talking about Boswell's missed point after attempt.
Which is short. What, it's 32, 33?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's incredible.
And he really had some spin on that thing.
That thing.
Like, Loop just flat out mishit it. It never had a chance.
And that's what he said. He said he just mishit it.
Leaves a lace off or something like that.
Reid, honestly, in that situation, you can just say, I crumbled under the pressure. Don't tell me you mishit it.
Well, what else is he going to say? He did mishit it.
No, he crumbled like a cheap tent under the pressure of the situation. Just admit it. And then to say, I mishit it?
Well, he's trying to offer an explanation.
I don't want that explanation. That's not good. Because you have 40 hours a week of practice to hit the spot. Golly.
Okay, but here's my question for you. I've heard this for you for, like I said, almost a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Kickers, they do their own thing. They have their own field. But this is not unique to sports and sports that you and I talk about, that there is a position that is markedly different from the other positions, such as goaltending in hockey. You could even say pitching in baseball. This is not new. Like, you have...
But a goaltender in hockey is part of the team. He's on the ice with the team all the time.
True. Well, he does it. They do their own
has his own spot on the sideline, Reid. They have their own water bottles. I mean, there's another one.
4-2 Canada.
Should have taken the over.
Early, yeah, no kidding. Wonder what they said.
It was at 10.5 recently.
The over-under to start the game was 10.5?
No, to start it was, I believe, 9.5. But
okay.
It's crept. It's crept
4-2 Canada, minute 47 into the second bronze medal game.
Yeah, it's you know what, Reid. But
this is football. Like, you've watched and played football all your life. Like,
yes,
there are.
That's
kickers.
why I'm so strong against.
So what should they do? You can't expect them to never miss.
No, you can. You can. You could demand perfection,
or from a certain yardage
inside. Say, like, you have a comfort zone, and in the NFL, you should be 100% around 45 and in. I mean, that is not a long field goal. I mean, unless the skies open up and a thunderbolt strikes the ball as it's going through. I mean, that's just, I'm serious. These are professionals, and that's what they do. And that's all they do.
But I feel like, to play devil's advocate, though, okay, so they work on it all day. Well, so, like, all the top golfers in the world work all day, and they will still hit a drive. They will still bungle a sand shot, even with hours of practice. They are not perfect as a result.
But that's not their only job. They have to be able to hit a drive. They have to be able to hit a wedge. They have to be able to hit a putter. They have to be able to work from the fringe.
Swinging a club and contacting a ball, Jay. And
different clubs, different angles, different points of contact. I mean, this is just put it through, pal. I mean, you're never going to get me off this stance. And hate is a strong word. Let's pull back the hate.
Well,
it's a certain amount of vitriol, yes. But I hate is a strong word. And yeah, the aftermath from these, like, would I ever publicly bash a kicker?
Like, the people wanting didn't somebody post, I hope all your family members die?
Yeah,
like, come on.
Grow up. Like honestly, like a part of this is a bit. Okay, I don't, I dislike kickers. Yes, that's not, but maybe not with as much steam as I like to put.
Here's the thing, though. So what's the solution? Like, would you like to see place kicking leave football then? Oh. What if there just weren't place kickers?
I didn't know that was an option.
Well, no. Well, hypothetically, we can make our own options on this show.
Sure.
So what?
Just make it a.
So, okay,
but that look, Reid. That was the most exciting 2 minutes of football because of the misses.
Sure. So mistakes are part of everything. If you don't care who won the game, you're wildly entertained.
Oh no, but the part of the entertaining part is getting to lambaste these guys when they do. I mean, that's awesome. I mean, that's just and trust me.
But I do want to have a semi-serious angle to this.
Mm-hmm.
So in the Canadian Football League, they're moving the goalposts 15 yards back.
Yes.
And what did Chris Morris say when I said this seems like you want touchdowns, not field goals? What did he say? So if there is this not a great move by the CFL then to make field goals harder so they aren't attempted as often?
Yeah, and I feel that that's going to lead to more third down gambles where you're in that territory, that 25-yard to 35-yard line.
You wouldn't because it's the last play of the game.
You wouldn't. You didn't have a choice. Right? But yeah, I think it would lead to that. But you could maybe settle on, okay, if you're inside the 20, it's an automatic single point. If you just want to give up and not have... If we're trying to say we're going to rid place kickers from the game,
right?
You could set up a zone structure where if you're within this, I guess the closer you get, the more points you'd get. Because it would reward you for pushing further into the defensive zone.
But you wouldn't actually have to make a kick. I sooner see something accomplished.
Or just say have one of your designated O-lineman kicker that has to kick that game.
Oh, so you'd say that you'd want the place kicker to be also a position player.
And just not a professional kicker.
To take a certain number of snaps in the game.
Yeah, sure.
That'd be amazing.
And then you get double the points. So if you had a really good old lineman that could kick, that could be a game changer.
That would be amazing.
But
he could snap it to himself.
It is. I mean, but that is also the beauty of football, is that these kicks can be missed. They were already anointing Tyler Loop as the next best thing since sliced bread in Baltimore.
And he might be 15 years from now. We could be talking about him as like the greatest kicker ever.
Well, and do you not think he's going to remember that and learn? Try and learn from that. Practice maybe another 3 hours a day. Who knows?
I just think sports is full of specialty players. And what does a long snapper do? Long snaps.
Yeah, and if he screwed up that snap, he'd be getting roasted right now. That's even worse. They don't even give the kicker a chance to miss.
Right?
How dare you? But I don't know. Like, I don't know if you could say a goaltender is a specialty position. Like, there's no specialty position in basketball. Baseball, the pitcher, sure, but he's also a fielder.
He would have to field, yeah. Doesn't have to hit anymore.
Well, maybe
Ohtani.
That's changing.
Right.
I mean, Ohtani is definitely changing that.
But I get, and I mean, I'm obviously saying things for the purpose of debate as well. But I get it. It is 5-2 Canada, by the way. 5.5 into the second. Power play goal. Take the over. It is like it's so final. You're like, okay, here's a kick. Oh, he missed. And nothing happens. In the CFL, there used to be the possibility of a return, though I guess, again, in that last play situations, there really wouldn't be.
Yeah. This is interesting. This comes in from Krager. Stu Skinner and Mitch Marner are the most recent examples I can think of like this kicker. Okay. My question is, do you think the gambling and betting culture being so involved and shoved in our faces these days causes these type of fan reactions? Like the response to Tyler Loop. I think that's just
no. I think it's been
hardcore
pretty strong
Ravens fans, and I think that's been going on a long time.
Paul McCallum in 2004 of the West Final missed, I think, an 18-yard field goal in overtime. Did go through the end zone for a single, but then the Lions went and Duncan O'Mahony kicked a field goal to win. I mean, people threw manure on his lawn.
That's right.
I actually think they missed. I think they got the wrong house and put it on it. So in 2004, there was certainly the internet, but there wouldn't have been. Well, there wasn't Twitter. I don't even know if there was there Facebook in 04? Maybe.
Oof.
So there wouldn't have been online gambling in 04.
No, fans are relentless.
Yeah.
They have been for a long time. Matty Dubb says, boys, what about having a kicker box? The kicker stays in the box all game, except when it's time to kick. There are no windows, so the kicker has no idea what the score is or how much time is left. Just exit the box, kick, and return to the box.
Well, he would see the scoreboard, the sensory deprivation kicker, the SPK, the SDK. That's an incredible idea. He's in the kicking box. Now, if Jay had his way, there'd be no way for air to get into the box. It's Schrodinger's kicker. Is he alive or dead in the box? We don't know.
Yeah, that's where the reality of it comes in. Is that it's unfortunate to see the reaction online to Tyler Loop, his family, his fiance. That sucks.
Yeah, you like that.
That's really that. I mean, can you like that would take a like I just don't understand how you could write that.
Wasn't there? Didn't an offensive lineman line up incorrectly?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that kick could have been 10, 15 yards closer.
True.
So it's just.
Well, and here's the greatest defense for kickers. If you're a young and upcoming kicker and you miss the final kick, you say, well, there was lots of other opportunity in the game to put that away.
Right.
You could deflect a little bit and say, hey, numbnuts
that wouldn't go
that were on
well,
but it would be.
You imagine if they did that?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Everybody else you're going to get the blame pinned on you. You might as well try and massage that around a bit.
We are in the Canadian Brewhouse studio. Taco Tuesday, that's tomorrow, just leveled up at the Canadian Brewhouse. All day, $3.49 new tacos and quesadillas. After 4 p.m., sip on $5.99 margaritas, $2 off Corona tankards, and tequila shots starting at $5.99. Jay's play of the day for Play Alberta when we get back.
The Oilers have loaned Quinn Hutson back to the AHL Condors, with the 24-year-old scoring 1 goal in 4 games with the big club this season. Edmonton faces Nashville tomorrow night. And underway about midway through the second period of the bronze medal game at the World Juniors, Canada leads 5-2 over Finland. And at 6:30, Sweden and Czechia go at it for the gold medal. And the Oil Kings have made a trade, swapping Joe Aginla and a conditional 2028 third-rounder to the Giants in exchange for Aaron Obobaifo and a conditional third-round pick in 2029. 5 games on today's NHL slate. Detroit's on the road in Ottawa. Calgary plays host to Seattle, while the Wild and Kings drop the puck. And down south, it's the Raiders firing head coach Pete Carroll after he spent 1 season with the team, going 3-14. Over in Arizona, third-year coach Jonathan Gannon has been relieved of his duties after posting a 15-36 record through his tenure with the Cardinals. On the court, Toronto and Atlanta tip off at 5:30. OKC battles Charlotte, while the Nuggets and 76ers match up, having a total of 8 games around the NBA tonight. This sports update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring. Paramount Flooring wants to give you more. Get free premium underlay included with any in-stock carpet purchase. Are you ready to treat your feet? Catch them in-store or online at ParamountFlooring.ca. More with Reid and Jay following the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The Oil Stream.
Mangiapane for Ryan Strome. Would you do it?
Yes, if it was realistic.
Financially, it's not going to work.
Right.
I think what Friedman brought up was that he's heard that Anaheim is poking around Mangiapane.
Oh, okay.
And then I don't know if Friedman was actually linked to saying Ryan Strome would be the guy going the other way.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Running your own small business takes courage, and as it grows, so does your team. That's why Alberta Blue Cross offers health, dental, life, disability, and wellness benefits designed for small businesses, because we know a healthy team means a thriving business. Join over 5,000 Alberta businesses who have chosen us to help their business grow and succeed. Alberta Blue Cross takes care of you and your employees, so you can take care of your business. Visit ab.bluecross.ca to find a plan that's right for you. At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
Must you click? Click. Thumb. Must you click? Thumb, thumb, thumb. Click, click.
Good to have you tuning in this afternoon. Oilers tomorrow taking on the Nashville Predators. Quinn Hutson back down to Bakersfield after a brief appearance on Saturday. Man, the Oilers were not good in that game, especially early.
That was a tough game to watch.
Yeah.
But you could say that, I don't know, 8 to 10 times about other games.
Most of the games earlier in the season.
Yeah.
Weren't great.
I mean, I don't know. We were talking about this earlier. This is just this team, right?
Oh, yeah, I think this is the team. They have some high-end guys, and they don't have a lot after. But we'll dive into the Oil Understood here coming up at 4 o'clock. Jed Roberts, regular on the show. We'll talk football and hockey with him at 5 o'clock. You can get in touch, of course. 780-218-9999 is how you text us. That is the afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino, home of Tap 25 Restaurant, where the entire menu is 50% off 7 days a week. From 2 to 5 p.m. You can post in the Nasty Chat as well. And give us a thumbs up. If you have not done so already on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. We try to get to at least 100 every show just for fun, but it does help build the algorithm. So if you haven't clicked, click right away. Just get in there and click. Don't be a pleasure delayer. Let's see how quickly we can get to 100. All right.
It's Jay. It's play. He's Jay. It's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day
is presented by Play Alberta. You can skip the flight to Vegas because jackpots are just a tap away. Experience all the thrills of the casino right from your phone with Play Alberta. Download the app today, deposit $50, and use the code EST Casino for a $50 casino bonus.
Well. We got to go to live sports. You know that's what I like, Reid.
Yes.
I don't like doing futures all that often, although I know I did one last week.
Dabble in them.
Yeah, and it's still live. San Francisco can still win the NFC Championship. They
very much they can.
By the way, your Seahawks did look good, but we'll talk about that later. I've got something to say about that. Okay. The FCS Championship game tonight, Montana State, Illinois State, over 56.5 points.
Oh, that's a lot.
That's a lot, but when you look at these teams, how many points do you think Montana State averages on a game by game, every game this season?
35.2.
Very close. Good guess. 38 points.
Okay.
Do you know what Illinois State?
33.4.
31. So I don't know how much defense we're going to see tonight, Reid. So I think over 56.5 is definitely attainable. So that was boosted nicely. I talked nicely to the people at Play Alberta. They boosted it to plus 100. So head on over to playalberta.ca, click on sports, click on EST specials. You'll see all of the daily specials there, as well as the Let's Do It parlay. Kachuk, Hughes, and Sanderson, 1 point each, plus 310.
Those are all American guys, are they not?
Might have to sprinkle on that. Anyways, head on over to playalberta.ca, click on sports, click on ESC specials. Jay's play of the day, Montana State Bobcats versus Illinois State Redbirds. 56, over 56.5 total points, boosted to plus 100. And always remember to use your game sense.
It's Jay, it's play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
All right, presented by Play Alberta. 780-218-9999 is how you text the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Post in the Nasty Chat on YouTube. Our off-topic topic for William Huff. We got some good ones in early. I don't know if we got any since.
I've got some in the inbox,
what is the shortest amount of time you've ever worked somewhere, and give us the story behind it? You got a couple?
Big Dave. The shortest I ever had worked a job was 1 day. I was out east and needed a job in a hurry, so I applied at a call center and got hired. Went in on my first day for some training, and an orientation was supposed to start the next day. Saw a story in the local news that evening that the company closed and all employees were locked out. Went there the next day to see what was up, and the doors were locked and nobody was around.
Nice.
That'll happen.
Probably never got paid for that day.
The Gord father says, not me, but my buddy got fired after 20 minutes at a tree farm for not picking weeds. Fast enough. That was 25 years ago.
20 minutes?
For not picking weeds fast enough.
He must have done something else.
He wasn't picking, well, surely. Yes, maybe he was picking his nose instead of picking weeds.
Oh, I see what you're saying. 20 minutes. Man. That's epic.
Ooh, casino dealer Jay. Giving us well, here goes nothing. Shortest job was when I got a DJ gig at this rundown club downtown. It only lasted one night because there was a drive-by incident outside.
Oh, my goodness.
I was 20 and didn't have any street smarts back then, so when the police came in, everyone kept their mouths shut and didn't say what they saw. But I said everything to the police.
Oh, jeez.
I don't think the club managers like that.
That's amazing.
Casino dealer Jay. Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, Jay. Well, hey, he did the right thing.
Oh, for sure. You got to tell the truth, man.
Oh, this is pretty good. The off-topic topic for William Huff, the shortest amount of time you've ever worked somewhere. I don't have any stories like within a day or a week. I really don't.
Yeah, my brother had one too, where a same temporary laborer came in and said, hey, like they were on their way to the first delivery. He went and stopped and get coffee. The guy's like, hey, can I borrow $5 to get a coffee but you can just take it off what you owe me at the end of the day.
Just
gone.
$5 and left.
It happens, man.
Oh, man. Do you think that happens more in the furniture delivery part of the thing?
Yeah, because it's kind of fly by night anyways, man.
So would you have regular, Finland scores. Did you have regular delivery guys?
Yep. By the end, we did.
Okay.
We found that the guys that were older, in their 40s or 50s, were obviously much more reliable.
Right.
So we would try and find guys that age, and then they'd stick with us. Like Wayne, the guy that worked with us, he worked with us right till the end. He's passed away since, unfortunately. He worked with us for 16 years.
Oh, really?
And he was great.
Like driving, delivering?
Driving, he would do everything.
Right.
And he'd smoke 2 packs of cigarettes a day. Yeah.
In the store
awesome.
or in the vehicle?
Well, he wasn't supposed to smoke in the vehicle, but I'm pretty sure he did.
You're like, okay, whatever.
You're good. You show up. You can walk. You can lift.
You're not going to take $20 and
you're good.
Wander away down the highway.
I like you. Yeah, he was good.
Oh, that's amazing. 5-3, Canada leading Finland. 5:37 left in the second period. They're playing for bronze. Sweden and Czechia tonight. I think Chet's picking Sweden.
Sweden, yeah. He said meatballs.
He said, I'll take an order of meatballs and one of those coffee tables with a funny name. I think that means he's picking Sweden.
I believe it does.
I
believe that's an IKEA reference, actually.
I think that's the what are the coffee tables called? The Kerflugens?
Oh, that's a good one.
Let's Google names of IKEA items. Well, names of IKEA coffee tables. We have the hang on.
The Witzjo, the Klub, the Brimes.
The Grimsarbo. Oh, the Grimsarbo's kind of nice.
The lac.
Oh, yeah, I see the lac. Did you say the Gladum?
How could I forget?
The Homerud, did you say that one?
No, the Vitskar. Gutane. You ever eaten at IKEA?
Yes.
What'd you get? I
think I did have meatballs there once, but it was probably a couple decades ago.
Right.
I think they were fine. Aren't they like $1 or something like that?
Oh, yeah.
Or are those the Costco hot dogs?
Costco hot dogs, I think they're $1.50 now. Oh, yeah. I remember I had something. Maybe now's not the time, but I'm so ticked off about something.
At IKEA?
No.
Oh.
At the grocery store.
Well, we can tell this at some point.
Yeah.
Put it down for 5:20 maybe.
Okay. Hot take. Coming up about...
We'll do that.
You won't believe it.
This is Jay's got a lot of things on his mind today. It's 4:00. The Oil Understood for GCL Diesel when we get back.
The Lock Shop. What's up, Lock Shoppers? This is the Lock Shop presented by Play Alberta right here at Edmonton Sports. Clear choice for Edmonton Sports. Your host, Matt Awanix, with you. Host 5 is here.
What? I was. Oh, well played, Awanik. You win today.
The Lock Shop, weekday mornings at 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Looking for flooring? Paramount Flooring has it all. Sales, service, and expert installation. With options for every style and budget, open 7 days a week. We've got you covered. Quick delivery and in-stock deals. Plus, EST listeners get 10% off. Visit ParamountFlooring.ca today.
You've always known GCL Diesel as the experts in diesel fuel systems. But did you know that GCL is also your source for turbochargers and turbo repair? As a turbo supplier for Garrett, Borg Warner, and Holset, GCL can provide genuine original equipment turbos at wholesale prices. Whether it's diesel, gas, natural gas, or performance, we can provide you with the turbo or custom repair you require. Turbo questions? We've got turbo answers. Visit us in the West End or online at GCLDiesel.com. GCL Diesel, turbochargers, understood.
Where holiday cheer meets great beer. This season, celebrate at the Canadian Brewhouse. From plated dinners and festive buffets to casual pub-style parties, we've got the perfect space for your crew. Book your holiday party today at thecanadianbrewhouse.com.
Weiss Johnson, whoa.
Hi, Dennis from Weiss Johnson here, and we're excited to be partnering up with the Nielsen Show and have a special deal exclusive for Nielsen Show listeners. Get 10% off any new Trane furnace, air conditioner, or heat pump installation from now until the end of October. Bundle a furnace with an AC or heat pump and get 25% off the package price. Get your home comfort now for all seasons with Weiss Johnson and Trane. Trane, it's hard to stop a train. Visit WJSportsTalk.com today.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
The Oilers have loaned 24-year-old Quinn Hutson to the Condors, with Edmonton hosting Nashville tomorrow night. And right now at the World Juniors, Canada leads Finland 5-2 with about 4 minutes left to go in the second period of the bronze medal game. Later on, Sweden and Czechia hit the ice at 6:30 to fight for gold. WHL news: the Oil Kings have traded Joe Ginla to the Giants in exchange for Aaron Obo-Bifo. The teams also swapped conditional third-round picks, Edmonton gaining a 2029 selection, sending a 2028 third-rounder the other way. On the ice in the NHL, Minnesota takes on LA. The Rangers and Mammoth clash while the Flames and Kraken face off on a 5-game slate, and a few coaching changes in the NFL. After a 3-14 season in his first year with the Raiders, 74-year-old Pete Carroll has been relieved of his duties. Meanwhile, Jonathan Gannon has been fired by the Cardinals after spending 3 seasons with the franchise. On the court, Toronto plays host to Atlanta at 5:30, having 8 games around the association. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your Sports Update. Hour 2 of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
All right, hope you're having a great afternoon. Some people back to work today after extended time off. Wonder how they're feeling.
Probably is a bit of sense of comfort, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure they're overjoyed.
The kids are back to school.
Yeah.
I know that was, nice to get the girls on the bus, have a cup of coffee with my wife. Right. A cup of coffee. It's, you're back into the routine.
Did you take there's no rush to take the tree and the lights down, is there?
No, but oddly, yeah, funny you ask. I think I'm going to try that solo tonight. April's taking the 2 oldest with them to basketball.
Okay.
And I won't see them till probably 8:30 or 9. So I think with the youngest, I'm going to stay home and she'll pluck the ornaments off the bottom half.
You're like, get up on the ladder and take the lights down.
I want to get it out. Like we rock a real tree, right?
Oh, right.
So it's sad. It's time for it to go out to the burn pile.
Well, my tree is 2 feet tall and artificial.
Well, good luck to you.
It'll get put. I'll leave. I'll probably take everything down on the weekend. I may unplug it.
The lights,
yeah. But I mean, when is the Ukrainian Christmas? A couple days. What, the 6th or the 7th?
Yeah.
So might as well have it on for that. And then if I have the lights on till Wednesday, might as well just leave them on till Friday.
Oh, you might as well. We just had a big gathering yesterday afternoon. The Yakimit side, my mother's side.
Oh, really? How was that?
Out in Vegreville.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, out at Nukeo Hall, which is north of Lavoie.
Okay.
East
they
of
got
Vegreville.
An antique shop there.
No, it's just a hall and a church.
Well, I thought somewhere out there had an antique shop.
Probably.
Driving when I would always go back.
Yeah, that was a nice visit. It was fun.
Good stuff.
Good old potluck.
Oh, what did you bring?
Pasta salad.
Effective.
It was good.
Yeah.
I made it.
Did you make it?
Yes.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I made it from a recipe out of the cookbook that Gage loaned me.
Oh, nice.
Joaquin loaned me a very crude cookbook. The swears all throughout it.
Oh, it's one of those where it's like, take the blanking thing and slather some blanking butter on it.
Yes,
you blank.
Yep.
That's pretty funny. Mm-hmm. It's a nice shtick. 5-3 Canada. Leading Finland in the bronze medal game at the World Juniors. 1:27 left in the second period. We've been sort of watching this. It's an entertaining, maybe somewhat loosely played game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
You want the bronze, but do you want to check your way to the bronze?
I think. I think right now Canada would try, and they would like to make a statement here. I would say, but. I mean, it's still, it's a bronze medal at an elite world tournament.
Yeah,
so, you're going to want it.
Coming home with absolutely nothing.
Agreed.
So we'll keep an eye on this one. Gold medal game, 6:30 tonight. Sweden against Czechia after 2 great semifinals yesterday. That Sweden-Finland game. So they do 5-round shootouts. It went 8 rounds, and you could start reusing players. There was the one guy that totally fumbled the puck. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I felt bad for him.
Yeah. Well, there was one player that got finally, I think he was the one. Who was the player that had, I think, 3 or 4 breakaways during the game?
Oh, yeah, I can't remember his name. What about the double penalty shot in the Canadian game?
That was incredible.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
I text you and I'm like, have you seen, surely you've seen this. I don't get it. Because isn't that just a penalty? I thought maybe they'd,
it was a redo. It was a redo of the shot, yeah.
That would have been cool if that was a 2-minute penalty.
Right.
That would have been better.
Yeah, you almost would have taken that, wouldn't you?
You would. Absolutely. With that power play? Sure.
Well, yeah, the Canadian.
What do you think about going right back to the well in the same move?
Well, he probably thought that's his best move, and the goalie wouldn't expect it.
I mean, hey, that before he got tripped, that he had that goalie turned sideways. That was an incredible move.
Yeah. But sometimes I feel, as I'm kind of glad they called it, because I do feel that sometimes goalies have gotten away with that in front of the net. It's like, oh, I'm just off balance trying to make a save, and I chopped a guy's legs down. I couldn't help it. What could I possibly do? So I'm kind of glad that kind of glad they did call that. All right, Oilers practicing today as we get going with the Oil Understood. That is presented by GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around. From turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors, they are the critical engine component experts. Proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years, and now a partner of Edmonton Sports Talk and the Reid Wilkins Show. GCL Diesel. Diesel. Understood. So, Quinn Hutson back down to the minors. The lines at practice today, McDavid with Nugent Hopkins and Hyman, Podkolzin with Draisaitl and Kapanen. So Kapanen set to finally come back and going right in on the second line. Henrique with Howard and Roslovic. Lazar with Janmark and Savoie. Based on today's practice, the extra forwards, the guys who will be scratched tomorrow, are Andrew Mangiapane and Trent Frederick. Ekholm with Bouchard, Nurse with Regula, Stastny with Emberson. Ingram expected to start tomorrow. I don't know if Knoblauch confirmed that or not, but likely going to be Ingram tomorrow. So, all right. So we're at the point here now. Mangiapane, I mean, we were hearing trades. I mean, I heard the morning show guys talking about Ryan Strome perhaps as a possibility. We'll see what happens. Frederick has been scratched before, has not been overly effective. There's so much about the line combinations, this guy with this guy, get this guy going. I want to ask you a question. Are you at the point, Jay, where there is no getting going for some of the players in the bottom six? That's just who they are. They will not score. And unfortunately, they may not have a big impact on the game overall. Or are you still holding out hope like, no, there's a spark, there's something going to come?
I hope there's something that's going to come, because I don't think you can win, especially in the playoffs, without having a third and fourth line you can roll out there and roll the lines. So yes, I hope. But do I actually believe and think that this is going to get rolling? Not without major changes, or not without some acquisitions. And I mean, maybe something happens with Mangiapane. It seems like that's the way it's been going.
Who are you going to get for him?
Right. Like, are you going to get a bona fide, third liner?
Right.
Probably not. Reid,
like Ryan. Okay, let's now again. Just look at the stats first of all, and I'm just bringing it up. People know if they've listened to me over the years. I'm not huge on doing entire shows on trade rumors. Maybe until we get closer to the trade deadline. So Mangiapane has 5 goals and 6 assists for 11 points in 40 games, and he's minus 17. Ryan Strome has only played 21 games. He has 2 goals and 4 points. So he's about the same pace. His quote-unquote advantage is he's even.
Yeah, but you're not changing, you're not tilting the ice with that move.
You're hoping to get a better, maybe a more responsible player.
I guess...
Who's already been here, by the way.
Yes, true. My issue is this, is at what point do you say, okay, this is it. Let's roll with this. Let's dance with who brought you. And say, okay, now try... I just don't know how you can build any sort of cohesion with constantly moving the lines. I mean, Kapanen's coming in for his first game, and he's on the second line. What do you think of that? I mean, that Roslovic, Podkolzin, and Draisaitl line has been probably one of their better 5-on-5 lines.
That's the thing that I'm confused about is to me, Kapanen is not a second line player. I know he played on the second line in the playoffs last year, and he scored a very big goal against the Vegas Golden Knights. And I think sometimes he plays well. I think he's very inconsistent. I think when he has he's one of those guys, his high end is not bad, but his low end is pretty low. I'm surprised he jumps right back in on that line. Like Roslovic has played fairly well. Savoie is a younger player who I think is learning the ropes and has been decent. But I guess the counter to that, though, Jay, is are there any combinations of players in the bottom six that somebody could look at and say, why is Knoblauch not doing that? We know that that's going to work.
Reid, honestly, every time I've seen Lazar in the lineup, he has been noticeable, at least recently.
Okay,
I've been happy with Curtis Lazar. I would say that's a guy that you can build a fourth line around. That's the mentality you need, is the way he plays. You saw it with Max Jones, right? And now I know you got roster moves and all that, but I mean, what's this say to a guy like Savoie? You know, what's this say to Roslovic? It's like, oh yeah, well, Kapanen's back in, you're down a line, and in a totally different role and totally different minutes.
Right.
What's it say around the league to potential free agents or players that are looking at Edmonton and saying, well, why would I go there? If I'm not one of the top six, I'm getting 6 to 7 minutes a night.
Well, that's an interesting question. I think that it depends on the player. I mean, Curtis Lazar understands what's going on.
He understands
what's going on.
But did Savoie understand his role in the fourth line? I mean, I bet
probably
you
not. He probably just understands he's a younger player.
Sure.
And is going to get the short end of the decision sometimes. I mean, to me, Roslovic's the guy that's like, what? What's going on? So Roslovic with Henrique and Howard. I mean, Henrique doesn't produce offense anymore. Howard's a young player. Roslovic's had a decent season. Yadmark to me is a fourth liner. Lazar is a fourth liner. Savoie probably should be a middle six player. But again, they haven't had. I'm not going to give all. I was originally going to do this and give all the stats, and then I thought, okay, if I give all these numbers, it's just going to confuse people. But basically, there are several bottom six players who are on the ice for a goal about twice a month.
Right.
Like on the ice for a goal for. So
that's not good.
That's not good. That's not good. So
but that's the thing. Come playoff push into the playoffs. Is this going to get it done?
No.
Right?
Well, no, we know that. This is what I said Saturday, and I think this is the conclusion I'm at. I mean, it's half the year. McDavid is awesome. The offensive production, the chance creation. I mean, even that game against Philadelphia, they could have tied it in the second period.
Yeah.
And it would have been entirely on the backs of McDavid, Nugent Hopkins, and Hyman. I mean, they almost scored shorthanded. And what about that shift they had where they kept the puck alive like about 5 times and eventually got a scoring chance when Philly should have cleared it? Draisaitl is having a slump. I'm not worried about it. He'll be fine.
No,
he's gone through this. Podkolzin is who he is, works hard. I mean, you kind of have a top 5 of... Well, I mean, like Roslovic, I don't think his two-way game is great, but he's a good offensive player. And then you have a bunch of question marks or guys who are just who they are or players who... I mean, Henrique... Like, I think Henrique's an intelligent player, and he did a very honest post-game scrum after the game Saturday. He's like, we got to score, or at the very least, we got to find it. Like, he's not stupid. He knows what's happening, but can he do it anymore? I mean, I hate to say this because I like to believe in people and believe that they can improve, and sometimes even playing 5% better can make a huge impact, but can Henrique do that anymore? So if, you got McDavid, Hyman, Nugent Hopkins, and Draisaitl, all very good or excellent offensive players. You got Roslovic who can snipe. You got Podkolzin who at least can bank some in and plays a very honest, responsible game. And then you got Kapanen who you really, at least I feel like you don't know what you're gonna get.
Well, yeah, you can't. I mean, very up and down, as you mentioned. The Oilers need about 2 or 3 more Podkolzins. That would round out
then you'd
the
have
bottom
a third
6.
line. Yeah, then you'd have
that would be great.
Then you'd find a third line
but,
and part of it.
Unfortunately, because they don't, he's playing in a role that's higher than probably where he should be.
Right.
He should be driving that third line with the way he plays. That's the kind of physicality.
No, Draisaitl likes playing with him, which is fine.
Yeah, but there are issues with this lineup, and for me, the biggest one, and I'll say this again and again and again, is just the uncertainty, day in, day out. I just, they don't screw with that. Well, I guess the top line's a top line, but why are you even touching the second line? Why is that a thing? Am I missing something?
Well, I think that.
I mean, you're asking a player who hasn't played.
Knoblauch seems to like Kapanen.
Sure.
Here's what Knoblauch had to say earlier today about Kapanen coming back.
One is speed, some physicality, but also a guy that can score. Like, you look at the type of player he is, there's no reason, playing for a full season, he's not scoring 15 or maybe 20 goals in the year. That's the type of player we expect from him. And, he can play with skill. He can be tenacious, especially on the forward check. There's a lot of good attributes that he brings. And, he's coming back. He hasn't played for a couple months. Now, to say that he's going to come in and he's going to be an all-star, I think that's being a little optimistic. But I definitely think that he will help us right away, and he should be building this game also.
He has scored over 15 goals once in his career. Now, he had a couple other years where he was on pace for that, but had seasons shortened by injury. Again, I think, and sometimes coaches and or managers have players who they look at and they just think, oh, this is a guy I like. I feel like Kapanen is that guy for Knoblauch. Now, maybe he doesn't play well and Roslovic's right back up there, or who knows? Maybe they at the morning skate tomorrow we see different lines.
Well, that's the thing. You could say, okay, the goal scorer, speed, skill, tenacious. But halfway through the first period, that lineup is going to be changed.
Well, I don't view Kapanen as a goal scorer.
Who would?
He has
his numbers wouldn't suggest.
He has skill, but we see it very sparingly. He does skate. He does skate. And sometimes he'll get in there and disrupt a little bit, but even that, there's inconsistency with that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at this point, he's probably a better option than Mangiapane and Frederic. So here's the thing. On Saturday, the Oilers thought it was better to have a line of Savoie out of position with Howard and Hutson than to even dress Mangiapane. So now Hutson goes down and Kapanen comes in and Frederic's out of the lineup. And Lazar comes in. So, I mean, look, I think this is just the reality with this team. They have high-end guys. The highest-end guy is enjoying one of the best stretches of his career. You have a great power play, which is largely because of McDavid. Well, McDavid's a big part of it. And then who really is going to contribute much after that, right?
Well, and Reid, is that part of is that just something we're going to bang our heads against the wall trying to figure out that you can't figure out because you have Connor McDavid, the best player on ice right now, doing amazing things. Can you expect to have it all? You know what I mean? Can you expect to have that kind of offensive output on your top line and still have a fourth line that can do exactly what a fourth line is supposed to do? Is that maybe what's biding Coach Knoblauch some time here?
I don't know. Maybe. James in the Nasty Chat says, why take Podkolzin off the second line? Guy is a top 120 forward at 5-on-5. Pods is scoring at the same rate, 5-on-5 as Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, but for some reason, RNH being in the top 6 is never questioned. I guess for me, James, and I've said this before, I haven't talked about it recently, I think Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, in my mind, is a very good NHL player, but he's also become a bit of a special team specialist. And I think that contributes as to why he's referred to as a top 6 forward, because if you're in the top 6, you're also usually on the power play. And the power play is exceptional. And whether Nuge is the driver for that or not, he's still on it and still gets points on it. I think I said, did I say Podkolzin's kind of a middle 6 forward? What I mean there, James, is that I don't mean to slight Podkolzin, because I do think he's been very good. I think on a better team, Podkolzin is a third liner.
He should fit in
So
there.
So I'll ask James this question, and I'm not saying this to slight Podkolzin, because I really like the way he plays. Like I've really come to respect his game, seeing him now for a season and a half. He's responsible. He's in the right area. He plays hard. He wins board battles. He rarely is at the center of a bungled play.
We just said it. They could use a lot more.
But like the Oilers had a really good team a couple of years ago when they went to Game 7 of the Cup final. Like, he's probably on the third line on that team, right? And then that's probably an even better spot to have him.
Yeah.
So that's I don't like. I'm not trying to say, he shouldn't play on this team. Yes, he does play up there, but maybe on like a better team, he doesn't play up there. That's what I'm saying.
A team with more depth,
right?
He's playing one line lower,
right?
Which is a good thing for the all around team.
Yeah.
If you have a guy like Podkolzin playing on your third line, that's a semblance.
Well, that's the difference in the NHL.
It is.
Bad teams have second liners playing on their first line. Good teams have second liners playing on their third line.
Bang.
So I guess that's how I would answer to that. All right, 780-218-9999 is how you can text us. That, of course, is the afternoon inbox. It is presented by River Cree Resort and Casino Happy Hour, featuring $5.25 drinks, available Sunday to Thursday, 9 a.m. until 7 p.m. A little more from Coach Knoblauch when we get back.
The Oilers have loaned Quinn Hutson back to the AHL, with the 24-year-old scoring 1 goal in 4 games with the big club this season. Edmonton faces Nashville tomorrow. And entering the third period in the bronze medal game at the World Juniors, Canada leads Finland 5-3. Later on at 6:30, Sweden and Czechia go at it for gold. And locally, the Oil Kings have made a trade, swapping Joe Iginla and a conditional 2028 third-round pick to the Giants in exchange for Aaron Obobaifo and a conditional third-round pick in 2029. 5 games on today's NHL schedule. Anaheim meets Washington. The Red Wings butt heads with the Senators, while the Kraken and Flames duel. And down south, the Raiders have fired head coach Pete Carroll after he spent 1 year with the team, going 3-14. Elsewhere, third-year head coach Jonathan Gannon has been relieved of his duties with the Cardinals. On the court, Toronto and Atlanta tip off at 5:30. OKC battles Charlotte, while the Nuggets and 76ers match up, having 8 games around the NBA tonight. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and surrounding areas since '93. They have doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff today at Windsor Plywood Leduc. More from Reid and Jay on the Oilers following the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Darren Dreger is our GS Construction Hockey Insider.
The defensive strategy that is required when you're playing a best-on-best tournament. I think that's unfortunately what happened in Canada. You look at the games that they won, put up the goals, but they did not defend well enough. And when you get into the medal round, you've got to be in check defensively, and they weren't.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings, 6 to 9. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
When you cater with Royal Pizza, you're getting the same great pizzas, pastas, and salads you love,
just bigger
and built for a crowd. Perfect for teams, offices, or parties, Royal Pizza's catering brings real value, around $10 per person. Delicious, high quality, and easy. If you like their pastas, you'll love their catering pastas even more. Visit royalpizza.ca or contact your local store for exact pricing and details.
So come on home, Royal Pizza, still making it great.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
One minute into the third period, bronze medal game with the World Juniors. 5-3 Canada leading Finland. We'll keep an eye on that one for you. Edmonton Sports Talk presented by Play Alberta. Gaming made easy anytime, anywhere with Play Alberta. You have a full casino experience right at your fingertips. Play from your phone, tablet, or computer whenever works for you. Download the Play Alberta app today. Get started with a $50 casino bonus. Deposit $50. Use the promo code EST Casino. Play smart, play local. And remember to use your Game Sense. The Jays play of the day is up on Play Alberta. So you're going with this these college kids, college boy football.
Yes. The FCS championship game tonight. Montana State, Illinois State, over 56.5 points. So 57 or more points. This cash is boosted to plus 100.
Yeah, not bad.
That's even money.
Even money, baby.
Put 5, get 5.
Oilers Predators tomorrow, 7 o'clock game. So 6 o'clock, right after this show tomorrow, Tom Gazzola has the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show, postgame show to follow. Oilers back in Winnipeg on Thursday. That's a 6 o'clock game, so we'll be with you from 3 to 5, and then Tom will have the pregame show from 5 to 6 as the Oilers play mostly home games in the month of January. What do they got next week? They're off to Dallas and Nashville. And then they got that game in Vancouver, I think, next Saturday, and then it's that 8-game homestand. Then one road game, and then the good old Olympic break, baby. You got any big plans? You going to Cancun?
No, I'll be right here, buddy.
Go to...
Are you taking time off at that? The Olympic
I'll probably
break?
take a 3 or 4 day weekend at some point.
Good for you.
I
You
got to
should.
burn my holidays. They give old guys like me a bunch of holidays. Like I think Bob Layton at Chet had like 7 weeks holidays or something like that.
Really?
I think it was 6 actually.
That's impressive. That's
I'm
good.
taking some time off. I need to write a book. You know, he wrote a book, eh?
Yes.
He might have written a couple books. I did an Instagram video once of reading from his book in his voice. And I just picked like the most generic thing, like, I had to take my car in. They put it on a hoist and changed the oil. Something like that.
That's
Is it called a hoist? Did I use that correctly?
Yeah, it is. Well,
I've never worked as a mechanic, oddly enough.
what are the? That's a hoist.
Yeah.
That's a hoist.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Jacked it up.
Yeah, the old jack hoist.
All right. You could post in the Nasty Chat on YouTube. If you have not done so already, give us a thumbs up. We need 40 thumbs to get to 100. And no reason we can't get there quickly. So please click away. We did have a comment earlier because we got to read all of them. Gorgeous George says, these guys talk too much about their own lives and the NFL, which is why I don't subscribe or tune in. Though I guess you have to tune in to post that and listen for a little bit.
Gotcha.
I hate your show so much. That's why I never listen. Like the other day when you were talking about... I used to get that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. Who do you think is going to win Sweden-Czechia tonight? Do you want to make
that's
a prediction?
good question. Yeah, I would. I think that I mean, obviously you want, I guess, the team that beat Canada to win.
Right.
Because then I don't know. Czechia, I mean, we saw them twice. So much more, I guess, versed with their style of play.
Right.
I think they're like hornets out there. Like they move and groove as a unit. I think Czechia is going to win.
Okay, I'll take Sweden.
Okay. What are we putting on it?
I don't know, candy?
Sure.
Buy chips. We're always buying chips for each other.
The next round of chips for our snacks.
Even though we don't really keep track of it, we just get chips for each other.
Okay, I like it.
We have a snack cupboard here at EST. I'm in there quite a bit. Probably
Yes,
too
you are.
much.
Yeah, you little squirrel.
Hey, I ran yesterday. So some
Good.
exercise. Actually, we're much lighter on snacks than we were We're leading into Christmas. We had a lot of generous people dropping off a lot of food.
Oh, yeah. Great
food. Surprised we're still able to move around. All right. Oilers at Predators tomorrow. So, Kapanen expected to return. Walman now another week away. Like, is that just a permanent thing with Walman?
Yeah, unfortunately. But are you? I mean, the injury reports have never been exactly on time.
No,
so
we'll see.
Be nice to get him back, though.
Connor Ingram. We'd expect him to be the goaltender tomorrow. Here's Knoblauch.
Yeah, I think overall his starts have been pretty solid. A couple of those games, or one of them anyways, was probably one of our better games that we played defensively. But overall, he's put in a pretty good showing. That one game, no, it wasn't. But he'll get to redeem himself eventually and get to play one or two more games.
Now, Ingram was asked today, okay, so Jari's coming back, and there might be 3 goalies, and maybe one guy is going to have to go down to the minors.
It's not my job. Why would I worry about it? I mean, I can't make that decision. Let's go out there and play. Whatever happens after that happens. Sun's coming up tomorrow.
Ooh. That was good.
What do you think of that answer? You like that?
I like that. Yeah, I like the honesty. I like the sincerity. It's not his job. Your job is to go out and perform. And, oh, by the way, if you perform well, the likelihood of that not being a situation when Tristan Jarry returns is higher.
Right.
No, I like that. And, I mean, and that's a focused answer. Right?
Well, and I know sometimes over the years...
We're all human, Reid. We all die.
Yeah, that's right. Being alive is the best part of being human. I know sometimes when you play a clip like that, sometimes there might be some reaction like, oh, he's just saying that. Maybe, but sometimes athletes say that so they believe it. I mean, Connor Ingram's had a tough go. He's obviously... needed he gets through some very difficult things in his life.
Sure, yeah.
And I'm sure he's worked with people who have, what's the one thing you're always told? Don't worry about what you can't control. He can't manage the team. He can go out and play goal well. If he goes out and plays goal well and still gets sent down or never plays for the Oilers again, then okay, maybe someone signs him for next year. I mean, he can't sit there worrying about what might happen when Tristan Jarry comes back. So I think sometimes athletes are coached also to think that way. Okay, what's something that's worried? Why do you think you didn't have a bad game? Well, or why do you think you had a bad game? Well, this is a hypothetical scenario, which just a generic goaltender character. Well, why do you think you had a bad game? Well, they drafted this young guy, and I saw he's got really good stats in junior, and what if he takes my job in a couple of years? Most people who do mental coaching or whatever would say, stop right there.
Exactly. As an elite athlete, that shouldn't cross your mind.
Right.
That should not be at all part of your focus. I really like answers like that, just the sincerity of it.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm sure with what he's gone through, that part of his life has also gotten improved. Being able to, push aside what's really out of your control.
Brett asks a good question. This is something that comes up sometimes. Brett says, could the fact that the coach spent the first 20-odd games blending the lines have led to a lineup that is lacking confidence and chemistry? Okay, Brett, that's a good question. If I had, you kind of asked a yes/no question. If I had to answer it yes or no, if we just had 2 seconds to talk, I would say no. But it's not that simple. But the reason I would say no if I had to give a quick answer is because I don't think that the Oilers' shortcomings, especially in the bottom 6, is a chemistry issue. I think it's a talent issue. We're going to see some guys play together in the Four Nation or in the Olympics in a few weeks who have never played together before. They're probably going to be fine because they're talented. Yes, some guys might click better than others. And I also think most coaches blend lines. I mean, especially, if you're struggling or you have a bottom 6 or any lines that are struggling, the lines are going to be blended. So I don't know if... I don't think I can look at this Oilers roster and say, well, Mangiapane doesn't have any chemistry with anybody. Like he played a lot in the top 6, is Frederick's issue a chemistry issue? I don't think so. And what have Jay and I talked about a lot, and I think many of you have noticed it. Curtis Lazar doesn't play a lot. When he plays, you often say, he mixed it up a little bit. He forechecked. He kept that puck alive. He blocked a shot. So that's a player like that taking responsibility on himself to affect the game. He's not going out there and saying, who the hell are these guys on my wings today? I don't know these guys. So I'm going to need 5 games with them, coach. Like, I get the chemistry question. I don't think it's an unfair question. Yes, chemistry and familiarity can help, but I just think you have some players here who are either A, underperforming, or who B, are performing as best they can. And maybe that's just who they are now. Like Henrique, for example. He's had a great career. He was a lock for 20 goals most of his career. He probably just can't do that anymore. So if he plays with the same guys night after night, I don't know if that all of a sudden makes him a more dangerous offensive player. Well, I do know. I don't think it was.
I think that's a fair answer. And that's kind of what, like my issue, Reid. Is it chicken or egg? Is it a chemistry because they're not getting any time together? There's no consistency in the bottom 6?
Right.
But I think now, especially with, but it's a lack of, maybe it's a lack of talent from people you expected to be, here's their floor. This is the lowest it can be.
Right.
Like, the 2 people that are likely going to be scratched tomorrow that are underachieving.
Well, Mangiapane and Frederick, based on the skates today, not in the lineup tomorrow. So, and they had, look, I get Knoblauch with the line shuffling. I get the criticisms, but most coaches get criticized for that when they lose, right?
True point.
It's like the play calling in football. You call a crazy play and it works. You look like a genius. You call a crazy play and it doesn't work. Well, why would you call that when you can just run the ball straight ahead? So there have been opportunities for these players.
And, by the way, this team is currently second by points in the Pacific. I know the Pacific is definitely of the 4 divisions the weakest.
Well, that's like Easy E makes a great point. McDavid is the only reason this team is in first. Yes, this is for about a month and a little bit. This has been the McDavid show. Obviously Nugent Hopkins and Hyman help. Draisaitl, I think Draisaitl is going to be fine. I'm not going to sit here and get all over Draisaitl. He's had slumps. I think he'll be fine. But yeah, this is, the Boston game was McDavid against Swayman for 40 minutes. If you look, if you look at it.
True.
So yes, this is a very top heavy team. And I don't know how much of that is going to change this season, quite frankly. I know people don't want to hear that, but I think there's you always hope players will improve. And yes, the coach has to play a role and players have to take personal responsibility, but there's also a point where it's like, okay, how good can this guy really get? One of the wisest things Rob ever said to me was, you can't criticize a player for not doing something he's not capable of doing. Really, at the end of the day, you played football. Was there I know you weren't the best. You were usually the best athlete on the field. But if you had a teammate who just wasn't physically as fast as a running back to track him down and tackle him, is going and yelling at him to be faster going to help? You can maybe change his positioning or how he's going to read the play, but if it came down to a foot race, you probably had teammates that would lose 100% of the time against some guys.
Yeah, you're screwed.
So can you really yell at him?
Well, yeah, position. You said a good question there, a good statement there.
But there are other things that players can do. And this is, who wrote this? Oh, James again. He says, I don't think you need talent to go to the net. It probably helps, but Clattenburg scored and he is not even NHL ready. And that's a great point. Is that are the players who I guess we a lot look at Frederick and Mangiapane for that. Why aren't they in those areas more often? What did you say about Frederick this morning?
Go take a misconduct. Get
do
kicked out of
something
a game.
incredibly dirty.
Go just plow somebody into the like. Just do it. Show that there's a physical side in there. Show that there's something there, because it's not like you said, like that statement there. It doesn't take effort or talent to go to the hard areas.
Effort. It doesn't necessarily take. It doesn't take the type of talent McDavid has.
Exactly. It's a totally different ball game. You know, a very good skater could just say, "Screw it, I'm going to the net. I'm going to be a buzz around, hit somebody." That's the frustrating part, I think, is that I don't know if, and maybe that goes back to what you said, are these players led to believe that they're different players than they're supposed to be? Right? Whereas a guy like Curtis Lazar, guy like Janmark even, like they know their role. Stay in your lane, do your job.
Yeah.
If you do your job, everybody else looks better. Right?
All right, 780-218-9999 is how you can chime in on the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Jay and I are coming to you from the Canadian Brewhouse studio. Wing flavors of the month for January: Mediterranean Greek versus Southern Barbecue. Try them anytime or for 69 cents all day every Wing Wednesday. The Canadian Brewhouse, our house, is your house. Keep clicking away. If you've not done it already, click the thumbs up on YouTube. Let's get to 100 here right away. We're about 30 away. Jed Roberts coming up at the top of the hour. Buying or selling for Damon Bunting when we get back.
The Oilers have loaned 24-year-old Quinn Hutson to the Condors, with Edmonton playing host to Nashville tomorrow night. And with just about 10 minutes left in regulation at the bronze medal World Juniors contest, Canada leads Finland 5-3. Later on, Sweden and Czechia hit the ice at 6:30 to fight for gold. And in WHL news, the Oil Kings have traded Joe Iginla to the Giants in exchange for Aaron Obo-Bifo. The team also swapped conditional third-round picks. Edmonton gaining a 2029 selection, sending a 2028 third-rounder the other way. On the ice in the NHL, Minnesota takes on LA. The Rangers and Mammoth clash, while the Flames and Kraken face off on a 5-game slate. And a few coaching changes in the NFL after going 3-14 in his first season with the Raiders. 74-year-old Pete Carroll has been relieved of his duties. Meanwhile, Jonathan Gannon has been fired by the Cardinals after spending 3 seasons with the franchise. Out east, Toronto plays host to Atlanta at 5:30, having a total of 8 games around the association. The Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne rolls on following the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
The EST Hangout.
Darnell Nurse, who's wildly inconsistent, and when he screws up big. And then you have Evan Bouchard, who, as good as he is offensively, which is elite, he could be equally as bad defensively and has zero physical play. And then you got Jake Walman, who's just always hurt. So that's a lot of issues.
Yes.
This blue line concerns me about this team the most.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Make a fresh start in the new year with Sentinel Storage. With convenient locations near you, Sentinel Storage is here to help you make space for everything 2026 holds. Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian. Try 4 weeks free. Visit sentinelstorage.ca.
Hockey is heating up, and so is the excitement on Play Alberta. With casino winners every hour, jackpots worth millions, and revenue that stays in the province, there's never been a better time to sign up. Right now, our listeners can score a $50 free bet when they make a minimum $50 deposit with code EST50. That's code EST50 for a $50 free bet. Start playing with your game sense today to find out if you're Alberta's next winner. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, please use your game sense.
EST Afternoons.
Third year in a row, Canada's out. Where do you think it kind of went sideways for this team?
Well, I think in hindsight now you can look and say they weren't good defensively. I think you also have to keep in mind there's 2 teams trying to win a hockey game. You're not going to win every year. You know, people are like, everyone at Hockey Canada should be fired. They just replaced all those people. They can't do it every year just because you don't win. It's ridiculous.
EST Afternoons, weekday afternoons 1 to 3, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
UFC 324 is live Saturday, January 24th at the Canadian Brewhouse. With TVs at every turn, ice-cold drinks, and non-stop action, you won't miss a second of the fight. UFC 324, live at the Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
the oil stream.
Mangiapane for Ryan Strome. Would you do it?
Yes, if it was realistic.
Financially, it's not going to work.
Right.
I think what Friedman brought up was that he's heard that Anaheim is poking around Mangiapane.
Oh, okay.
And then I don't know if Friedman was actually linked to saying Ryan Strome would be the guy going the other way.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Okay, thanks a lot for joining us this afternoon. Oilers and Predators tomorrow. 7 o'clock game at Rogers Place. We have the Canadian World Junior bronze medal game on the tube here. People are like, tube, Reid? What are you talking about? The London subway system? On the flat screen. 5-3 Canada leading Finland. 8.5 minutes left in the third period, so hopefully Canada gets a medal out of the tournament. Czechia and Sweden for gold coming up tonight at 6:30 Mountain Time. Well, the Canada's game got pushed back 10 or 15 minutes yesterday. So if this one ends on time, because the Sweden-Finland game went to the shootout, went through overtime and then a slightly extended shootout to get a decision in that one. Jed Roberts coming up at the top of the hour. We're going to have some fun here. We might have to continue it. We'll see how long this takes. Buying or selling, presented by Damon Bunting, a consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 18 years. He and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Community-driven, he understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out, DamonBunting.com. Instagram handle, Damon Bunting Real Estate.
Needed Coob for the clip.
Oh, is there a video accompaniment?
It's a video element, but I got another one. We'll start elsewhere. Reid, I got something to say about your Seattle Seahawks.
Okay.
Do the Seattle Seahawks, is there divine intervention for your beloved Seattle Seahawks?
Well, I don't believe so.
Okay. Well, riddle me this then. The last two times the Seahawks clinched the number 1 seed and made the Super Bowl, there was a new pope elected.
During that season?
Pope Benedict was is it elected? You get elected?
I think the Pope gets elected, yes.
Elected was April 19th, 2005. Later that season, Seahawks were the NFC champs. They lost to the Steelers.
Right.
Okay. Pope Francis came in March 13th, 2013.
Okay.
That season, 2014, Seahawks did pretty good. They won the Super Bowl.
Okay.
They defeated Denver 43-8.
Yeah, crushed them. 6-3 Canada, by the way.
6-3. Slow down now. That's good enough. Now, earlier last year, Pope Leo.
Okay, but they went to back-to-back Super Bowls, so there wasn't a new Pope for one of them.
Clinched the first seed and went to the Super Bowl. Clinched the number 1 overall seed in the NFC.
Okay.
It's happened 3 times. Well, not 3, but with Pope elections.
In the same year.
Yeah, so Pope Leo was elected.
Okay, but the one year they went, when they went back to back, one of those doesn't apply.
But they didn't clinch first seed in the NFC. So they clinched first seed in the NFC.
They were
go to the
first.
Super Bowl.
I think the other 2 times they were in the Super Bowl, they had the first seed.
In 2005, 6?
Yes.
2013, 14? Yes. And now here we are in 2026.
No, but they had the number 1 seed another year. That's what I'm saying. They had the number 1 seed in both the 2013 season and the 2014 season.
Right. But there was no new pope elected. I'm saying I'm trying to give you a case for your Seahawks.
I don't understand what the case is because they've got the number 1 seed without a new pope. They've done it.
but not like the other ones. You can't deny. It's a trend. New Pope equals Seahawks going to the Super Bowl.
Okay, so every time there's a new Pope, the Seahawks go to get the number 1 seed.
And go to the Super Bowl.
But they've done it without there being a new Pope. That's what I'm saying.
Just slow down, okay? This is my segment. Now, I wanted to... so anyways, Pope Leo, okay?
Yeah.
Got elected.
From Chicago.
The Seahawks have clinched first place.
Yes, they have.
Looks like, things are looking Seahawks, right? Now it's just a Super Bowl appearance.
Well, they got a darn good team.
They do. Now, I don't think that they destroyed the 49ers. Okay, let's talk about that game, Saturday night.
Yes.
Seahawks, 49ers.
Okay.
Whoever made the decision for the 49ers to wear those black jerseys should be fired.
So I got a buddy who's a 49ers fan. He liked them.
Ugh. Don't do that.
They were fine.
Why would you do that in such a big game?
They were fine.
Don't do that.
It was pre-scheduled from the start of the year.
Reid, when you have jersey colors as beautiful as the San Francisco 49ers, why do you screw with that? Why? I don't know. I really don't know. It's like the Commanders. They just lean into it. They go in more into the burgundy.
Right.
Do you remember 2014, the Super Bowl? Seattle beat Denver.
They beat Denver, yes.
43-8.
I do remember that game.
That was a score-a-gammy.
Well, that was a score-a-gammy.
You know why? You remember what happened
on the first play of the game? Denver snapped it over Manning's head, and they had to give up a safety.
No, Sean Moreno fell on it in the end zone, and it was safety. 2-0 on the first play of the game.
Yes.
What a fantastic day that was. Were you was that a big day?
I've been a fan of the Seahawks since 2004. That's when I adopted them as my favorite NFL team.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so it was a good day.
Yeah, it was a good day.
Okay, so you're selling that the Seahawks.
I'm selling that there's divine intervention. I think they have a very good team.
Okay, that's fine. Buying or selling. Coob, do you have that clip? Myles Garrett broke the NFL sack record.
Correct.
Right? 23 sacks. Congrats. This is what Michael Strahan, I think Michael Strahan's on the Fox broadcast, but my buying or selling to you is, should record books for season-long records, not career, for season-long records be kept in per game? So average per game.
No.
Statistical records for TDs, sacks, rush yards.
Selling.
Yes.
I think in the record book, there should be something in brackets that indicates how long that season was. And then fans can decide for themselves.
In 1987, okay, this was...
What, were you going through your sports almanac?
You know it.
For this one?
Like Biff. In 1987, in a strike-shortened season...
Right.
Jerry Rice scored 23 receiving touchdowns.
It was only shortened by one game.
No, it was 12 games.
No, it wasn't. It was a 15-game season. If he only played 12, too bad. Oh, right, because the Scabs played 3 games.
That's right.
Yes, sorry. So he played 12.
In 12 games, he had 23 touchdowns. Now, he's listed as tied for 8th for 23 touchdowns in that amount of game, or in a season.
In a season.
Even though it was in 12 games.
Okay. He didn't play the other ones.
LaDainian and Tom, there were none.
Well, there were 3 other ones he chose to be on strike for.
I'm just saying, it's impressive what he did.
Yes.
Okay? But he's ranked for tied for 8th with people that scored 23 touchdowns in a full 17 or 16 game season.
Right.
LaDainian Tomlinson, he played in a 16 game season. He had 31 touchdowns.
Right.
That's an average of 1.93 touchdowns per game.
Right.
Jerry Rice is 1.92.
Okay.
Yet he is ranked well lower than LaDainian Tomlinson.
Okay.
I think that's not giving him credit for the amazing feat that he accomplished in that shortened season.
I think it's just crazy a receiver got that many touchdowns.
It is nuts. Play the clip that Strahan said on the broadcast after Myles Garrett broke the single-season sack record.
I mean, I hold the record for 16-game season. They hold records for 17-game season. That's the way it works out.
Still claiming the title.
But you can't compare records from 12-game seasons to 16 and 17 game seasons. It doesn't work.
Okay.
So is that it? You just say, all right, well, so Michael Strahan is going to hold it for a 16-game season? Miles Garrett can
I
have
think
it for
in
a 17
the
games?
record book, when you get a physical copy of it, it should say most sacks in a season. Miles Garrett, how many did he have? 23? 23, and in brackets, it says 17 games. And then below that, it says Michael Strahan, 22, in brackets, 16 games. And then fans can debate it for themselves.
Like we
but
are.
the most sacks in a season is 23.
True.
When Maurice Rocket Richard scored 50 goals in 50 games, do you know how long the season was? 50 games. We still marvel at it as a great feat.
What would that be? A goal per game?
It would be, yes.
Well, I'm just bringing up points, Reid. So you're just anti-Jay's suggestions today. You don't believe that the Seahawks
I'm just selling. I'm not anti-Jay. I'm just selling.
Vatican all the way to the Super Bowl. My gosh, I would take that as a Seahawks fan. I'd say, okay, Pope's on the side. We're good to go.
Canada has won bronze. 6-3 over Finland, so they take bronze. So Canada will get a medal from Minnesota. Gold medal game tonight, Sweden and Czechia. It is 5 o'clock. Jed Roberts coming up. Keep giving us the thumbs up on YouTube or give us a click if you haven't already. Let's get to 100 here in the final hour. We need exactly 30 thumbs. Here's the 5 o'clock break.
2 guys and a goalie.
They have 7 defensemen from last time. Say Parayko or Harley are out, and Schaefer could be there for the experience, and you know he's going to be on the next Olympic team, and Bush can be there. If something happens to Makar, you slide Bush in.
I'm okay with it.
No, I'm still kind of surprised he's even in that conversation now at this point. But I think the only reason that he would be if Makar gets
2
hurt.
guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
Weiss Johnson, whoa.
Hi, Dennis from Weiss Johnson here, and we're excited to be partnering up with the Nielsen Show and have a special deal exclusive for Nielsen Show listeners. Get 10% off any new Trane furnace, air conditioner, or heat pump installation from now until the end of October. Bundle a furnace with an AC or heat pump and get 25% off the package price. Get your home comfort now for all seasons with Weiss Johnson and Trane. Trane, it's hard to stop a train. Visit wjsportstalk.com today.
Make a fresh start in the new year with Sentinel Storage. With convenient locations near you, Sentinel Storage is here to help you make space for everything 2026 holds. Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian. Try 4 weeks free. Visit sentinelstorage.ca.
Running your own small business takes courage, and as it grows, so does your team. That's why Alberta Blue Cross offers health, dental, life, disability, and wellness benefits designed for small businesses, because we know a healthy team means a thriving business. Join over 5,000 Alberta businesses who have chosen us to help their business grow and succeed. Alberta Blue Cross takes care of you and your employees, so you can take care of your business. Visit ab.bluecross.ca to find a plan that's right for you.
At Mind360, we invite you to embark on your mental health journey in a safe and comfortable space. Conveniently located in St. Albert, Mind360 has a diverse team of experienced clinicians that offer a broad range of tailored services for children, adults, and families. Furthermore, we are very proud to serve our military, veterans, and first responders. If you're looking for counseling, treatment, or assessment, understand that you are not alone. Contact Mind360 at mind360.ca to book an appointment today.
The Oilers have loaned 24-year-old Quinn Hutson to the Condors, with Edmonton hosting Nashville tomorrow night. And moments ago, Canada doubled up Finland 6-3 to take bronze at the World Juniors. After that, Sweden and Czechia hit the ice at 6:30 to fight for gold. WHL news: the Oil Kings have traded Joe Ginla to the Giants in exchange for Aaron Obo-Bifo. The teams also swapped conditionals third-round picks, Edmonton gaining a 2029 selection, sending a 2028 third-rounder the other way. And 5 games in the NHL tonight, 2 of which are about to get underway. The Mammoth meet the Rangers as the Ducks face off with the Capitals. And a few coaching changes in the NFL. After going 3-14 in his first year with the Raiders, 74-year-old Pete Carroll has been relieved of his duties. Meanwhile, Jonathan Gannon has been fired by the Cardinals after spending 3 seasons with the franchise. Out East, Toronto plays host to Atlanta at 5:30 with 8 games around the association. In just a moment, the Knicks and Pistons tip off. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. The third and final hour of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
All right, thanks a lot for joining us this afternoon. Oilers getting ready for Nashville tomorrow. Looks like Kasperi Kapanen going to return to action. We have not seen him a lot this season as the Oilers coming off. Well, they haven't played well since the Christmas break. They've lost their last 2. In the one game they did win against Winnipeg, they were outplayed, but Calvin Pickard stole the show in that game. We got our guest. Oh, my goodness. We love talking to this guy. We're going to go to the Oil Country Towing video hotline. Oil Country Towing, Edmonton's most trusted 24/7 roadside rescue team. Fast, safe, and reliable for over 15 years. Whether it's game day or a snowstorm, we work as hard as your favorite team to get you going. Call 780-986-6088 for all your towing needs. It's our good buddy, Jed Roberts, checking in. Jed, it's Reid and Jay. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. I got my hearing aids turned up to 11.
I hope that's safe.
Yeah, oh yeah, it is for me anyway. I wouldn't recommend it for you though.
Now you've that's a good point. I know you've told me, but you've been on my show tons over the years, and you've talked a lot about playing football as a hearing impaired player. I don't know if you've ever told me, how old were you when you got hearing aids, and what was the adjustment like?
Oh man. I got my hearing tested at the University of Chicago, I think around in the early 70s sometime. And I'll vividly remember the first hearing aid I was given. It was a box with a cord that went up to my ear. And I had to wear it on the same material they make bras out of. It had a pouch, so I had to wear it over my shirt. So, I mean, I might as well have been holding the sign saying, deaf guy right here, you know. And I didn't like the hearing aid. It was too loud, if that makes any sense. The sound was foreign to anything that I'd ever experienced. The best word I could use to describe the sensation was violent. Like it was all at once. Like I couldn't pick and choose what I heard. I just heard everything. And to go from like absolute blissful silence, to just like noises like down the street. Like I didn't know what the noises. I didn't know what a dog sounded like. You know, like I didn't know what was going on. The world was a scary place. Let me put it that way. And I ran and I jumped in a puddle and broke that hearing aid. So they ended up getting me an over-the-ear one. And I only wore one hearing aid until I moved to Edmonton in 1990. And then I met an audiologist here who convinced me to wear 2, and I had no idea what I was missing. I'm not really sure how I made it through college, Reid, with one hearing aid, but that's a story for another day.
Well, it is an interesting story because I've had a couple buddies over the course of my broadcasting career who in one ear have been like quite low level of hearing, like 20-30%. And one of my buddies got a hearing aid, and he said sort of the same thing. Like he went to a restaurant that night, and he said it was awful because he said he goes, I don't want to listen, because he hadn't had to tune out certain conversations because he could never hear them, like all the side noise.
Yeah, and I'm making it sound really bad. It's not that bad, actually. The pluses are that, you know, when somebody's irritated with me, I can just tune them out.
Right.
And I sleep sounder than anyone you know. Like I turn these hearing aids off and I'm out in 30 seconds. Like I don't have anything keeping me up. Like if the dog's barking, that's not my problem. I can't hear it.
This is why we love Jed, because there's always everything's always good in Jed's world. Like you are a model of moving forward, being positive, and always taking the best approach to everything. What's the best approach for a Baltimore Ravens fan today, or a player?
There's always next year. That's we do that a lot around these parts, don't we, Reid, with being an Elks fan, right? So, I mean, there's always next year. It's tough to lose to a division rival like that, especially the way they lost. I don't know. You can't really pin that on Lamar. The kicker's got one job, Reid. He couldn't do it. So, I don't know. That's the way. That's why you play the games. You know, they had a shot, they had a chance, and that's all you play for. You want to have that chance at the end of the year, and it's going to be interesting to see if Rodgers can do anything in the playoffs with that lineup. I don't know. It's this is a great time of the year. It's been a really weird year for the NFL. A lot of the teams that weren't great teams as recently as 3 or 4 years ago are at the top of the heap. You got the Patriots, the Jaguars, you got the Broncos, my beloved Broncos. That's why I'm wearing this blue shirt today. It's going to be fun. The playoffs it'll be interesting. There's some teams in there that are laying in the weeds that make me a little bit nervous, like the Texans. Their defense is pretty shifty, so it's going to be fun to watch. I can't wait.
Jed, I just want to let you know that I spoke on behalf of both of us earlier in the show on talking about kickers and one job, and I went into. Yeah, I know.
One job.
It's frustrating to see, but you mentioned it. I mean, there's some big dogs in the playoff race. There's some teams that are scary, but as you know, heading into the playoffs, it's no surprise when the team that has the most momentum going into the playoffs ends up being there at the end. Who has the most momentum right now heading into the NFL playoffs?
Oh, man, the Jaguars maybe. Trevor Lawrence is probably the best quarterback in football. I know a lot of people will argue with me on that one, but he came into Denver and he took the Broncos apart. And that defense is scary. And he was real. I actually didn't think much of him before that game, and he made me a believer. And the Jaguars are an interesting team. They can do a lot of different things pretty well. They got a good running game. They can throw the ball. Their defense is pretty good. But the other team that scares me is the Texans, because they've got this. The Texans are kind of a hard team. You can't really. They just do everything really well, and nobody really pays any attention to them. So. And then you got the Chargers. Like, the Chargers are pretty good too. Like, they didn't even bother starting they're putting their starter in. They let Trey Lance take all the reps, and they still hung in there. So that's there's lots of parity in the league now, and that's what you want. As a fan, you don't want to always see the dang Chiefs every year. Like, go away, like, get out of here.
Jed Roberts, WE alum, joining us here on the Reid Wilkins Show, courtesy of the Oil Country Towing Video Hotline. Myles Garrett broke the single-season sack record. We were just talking about it. But it's rare that you see, and I'll just use this term, a flash-in-the-pan type player when it comes to the NFL and sacks in pass rushers. You've played with some of the greats here in Edmonton, but what allows, or what's the greatest attribute of a player to do that at an extremely high level, but do it for season after season after, like the Michael Strahans, the Reggie Whites, now the Myles Garretts of pro football? What allows them to do that year over year over year?
Well, I equate being an elite defensive end to being like a starting pitcher in baseball. Like, you have a bag of tricks, and you just use them. Like, you set them up, And I always tell because I coach defensive line now in high school, and I always tell the guys, like, don't throw the best move you have every time. Like, you got to change it up. You got to have two really good moves and then some counters off of that. And the guys that are really, really good they can do everything, And the thing that makes Myles Garrett so scary, and you saw it on that sack that he got last night, was that first step. He's 4 yards up the field before you're even out of your stance. That left tackle had no chance. Like, Myles just said on that play, I'm getting this sack, and there's nothing you or anyone else is going to do to stop me. Because I think he'd had 2 pretty frustrating weeks. Rodgers got rid of the ball. He made it a point not to give him the opportunity to take him last week when they played the Steelers. I think it was last week or the week before. Garrett, you could tell he was frustrated, and I think he was a little bit nervous. It was getting toward the end of the game there. And then that's what he did. Von Miller has that same first step. It's just so quick. and they can do things that other people can only dream about. You see Von Miller or Myles Garrett do those fake spins when they fake inside and then come back outside. That just takes incredible body control. And then when you're talking about a power guy like Reggie White, they have all that power and they can bull rush you, but they can also finesse you by faking like going one way and then end up sending a guy flying. If you ever watch the highlights on YouTube of Reggie White, look up Reggie White hump move. If you're really feeling bad about your day, and it'll brighten your day up. It's fun. You see these guys go flying. It's pretty funny to watch. But yeah, man, that's why they're the greats.
Jed Roberts joining us on the Oil Country Towing Video Hotline. Got to get some hockey thoughts from you. I mean, this has been the McDavid show for about a month now, and some other top guys supporting. I just wonder, Jed, and we talked a lot earlier. I mean, we get a lot of listener feedback. Well, Knoblauch needs to do this. Well, or this guy needs to play better. I don't know how much better some guys in the bottom six can play, quite frankly, at this point. I think this is the team. They might get some contributions along the way. It's probably the most top-heavy team they've had in 5 years. But I'm wondering how you look at it, and specifically, we always like your experience of when you've struggled as a player or you've had teammates or struggling, what can be done even to find that 5% boost that might help the team as a whole?
Well, I think that, if you would have asked me that last year or even any other year, I would have probably had a different answer. But because the Olympics are this year, it's going to affect a lot of different teams, and the Oilers included, because you're going to be Connor and Dre are playing, and so everybody's going to hold their breath, Thank goodness Ekholm's not playing because,
You're glad Hyman and Bouchard didn't make it and all those guys.
No, and I'm okay with that, right?
Yeah.
Because that's a big, people don't realize how intense that is, and to put your body out, to sell out, that's playoff style hockey right in the middle of the season. And then to have those guys come back, I don't know how those guys do it. So I agree with you. I think this lineup is an interesting lineup because the farm has developed some guys that are they're gonna show us a little bit of something here down the stretch. I had the line rot, the combinations there. You got guys like Savoie. You've got Isaac Howard, who just came up. Roslovic this is a totally different team. In a lot of ways. Even Henrique, he's not the sexiest of guys, but he plugs away, right? And this is a weird team to watch right now. They're just trying to figure out the right combination, and I think they're going to start hitting it. The goaltending's a bit of a worry. I thought Pickard has actually been playing really well since the whole thing went down with Skinner, but
then his last game wasn't great. Yeah.
Yeah, well, but he has to, right? This team, they have to have goaltending in order for them to get anywhere. But the good thing is that now they're starting to play some division rivals. They're not going to be playing those Eastern teams as much. It's going to be mostly Western Conference type games, So I don't know. I think the Oilers have what it takes. It'll be an interesting run because you got Colorado there that's probably lost 2 games all year. The West is tough, but. The Oilers have leadership. They have experience. They've been to the finals twice. They know what it takes. All they have to do is get in the dance, and then we'll see who they end up dancing with. You know what I mean? And they'll go as far as I think their leadership takes them, which is I'll put McDavid up against anybody as a leader, and Dre included. And just got to stay healthy. It's got to be a little bit lucky to make it that far too, right? You got to have health. I would love to see them add maybe a power forward or maybe there's not a lot of these guys around, but a stand-up defenseman that's a bit of an ornery, like Zadorov type guy. But I don't know how many of those guys are kicking around, right? So that's what I think they're missing is maybe a too deep, I don't know. You need grit, and you need to have it all the way up your lineup. And it's got to start in the middle and work your way out. So it's going to be fun to watch. It's frustrating seeing them lose games they should win. But I think, again, they're just tinkering with their lines. They're trying to figure out who the best fit is where. And I like the Kapanen ad. I hope he brings some energy in. He's a bit of a guy that likes to take the body, and there's nothing wrong with that, especially this time of the year. So, yeah, man, I love hockey. I love watching the Oilers. They're fun to watch, and we're pretty lucky. We're spoiled. So enjoy it while it lasts.
Jed, we're spoiled to have you on the show. Great to see you. Of course, we'll be talking through the NFL postseason as well. Have an enjoyable Monday night. Jay's all excited about this, what is it, Montana State, Indiana State? Who is it?
Oh, that's going to be fun, yeah. Illinois State, yeah.
Illinois State, sorry.
Yeah. It's the Mideast champ against the Big Sky champ there. It's going to be a good game. That Illinois State has had a bit of a Cinderella run. They've taken out some big teams. They took out NDSU early, and they weren't. Nobody really expected them. They're like ranked now. They were the 10th seeded team heading into the playoffs. So this is a monumental run they're on. But I think Montana State, like the Bucks probably going to stop here. That's a powerhouse team, and that's a tough conference to play in. It's a murderer's row. You got Montana. You got, Weber State had an off year this year, but that Big Sky Conference is probably the best football in the country down there for that level for the FCS. So I'll be watching. It'll be fun.
Jed, really appreciate it, buddy. Happy New Year. We'll talk to you soon.
Happy New Year to you too, guys. See you again soon.
Jed Roberts, Double E alum, regular here on the Reid Wilkins Show with Jason Milne, joining us on the Oil Country Towing video hotline. Jed always, he kind of makes me feel better. Yeah, because he's kind of always like, well, don't forget this guy's pretty good, so we'll see what happens.
Positive dude.
And I think it's also that ex-pro athlete. Like, I get it, and I'm not saying anybody, like everybody, we're going to debate the Oilers, talk about this lineup. He's kind of like, well, I'll see. Get in.
Yeah.
Get into the playoffs.
Tips fall where they fall.
Like when he was playing for the Esks, if they lost the game middle of the season, he wasn't like, well, guess we're not good enough to win. He'd be like, okay, well, we lost. Let's fix it. Try to get back on the horse. So always love talking to him. Canada did get bronze over Finland. Look, in hockey, I see some people debating that in the nasty chat and the level of celebration or not celebration. In this country, in hockey, we play for gold. That's about it. But I'm still glad they got the bronze medal. I wouldn't expect a stick throwing celebration. Finland probably wouldn't have had one either. If Latvia or a team like that got bronze, it probably would be a little different. Do you? I mean, I've seen these posts about, well, hockey development in Canada is broken and we're not tough enough anymore. Like, do you buy any of that, or do you think there are overreactions to these tournaments?
I can't. I can say that I think the state of amateur sports in Canada, and maybe even in the United States, I don't know, but I think there's a lot of brokenness. Yes, in the development, in the proper development of athletes. Okay, hockey players, Reid, honestly, I didn't grow up playing hockey. So but the development of football, the development of basketball has gone so far away from what you ask some of the greats. You even ask Steph Curry what he thinks the biggest lesson or practice the kids are missing, the youth of this nation or North America are missing out on. It's playing. It's playing pickup.
Right.
It's going to the local hoop and who's up next. Rat ball, king of the court. There's so much focus on individual skill. And hey, can you dribble the ball? Well, yeah, you can dribble the ball through your feet behind your back like a wizard.
Right.
But put you in a game sense. Do you know the game of basketball?
Right.
Right? Like that's, I think the game is being lost in a lot of instances. And I look, the hockey, what's going on in hockey is there's leagues everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, you can play with the right amount of check you sign, you can play on whatever team you want to, right? Is that good for the overall state of the game? I don't think so.
It's interesting. You said something very interesting that it hadn't really occurred to me, but just get out there and play rat ball or
pickup
like street hockey, whatever, or in the winter. So like there may be an adult on the ice or an older brother, but there's no coach. Because it seems to me, and look, individual skill is important, right? And if you have a lot of individual skill, you're going to play professionally, probably. Mm-hmm. But what do we often talk? And I'm not saying players don't have this, but what do we often talk about? Hockey IQ or basketball IQ, football IQ. And I was just thinking, like, so you're playing with seven other buddies. You're playing 4-on-4 street hockey. You got half the rink outside. And there's probably no goalie. Maybe you got to hit the boot to score a goal.
Posts.
And there's a puck hog out there. Well, he is going to hear it from his buddies.
Sure.
And that might be more valuable than hearing it from your coach.
You're damn right it is.
Like
your peers.
Jay, you jerk.
Yeah.
Pass the puck. There's 3 guys on you, you idiot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Does it mean something coming from your friend?
Or it's like, fine, Jay, we're not passing you the puck.
Yeah,
you're a loser. There's this whole ongoing theme. Like we hear it from the audience all the time. And I get it. Like hockey's not maybe as rugged in the same way. Is that a bad thing? I don't think the sport is suffering, but like Czechia, they were playing. Can I use this? They were playing balls out, and I'm not saying Canada didn't, but when I was watching that game yesterday, I thought Czechia is playing Canadian hockey. They're going to the net, and I get it. Everybody bumping the goalie, all that BS, whatever you want to call it. I get it. It wasn't always great, and there were some calls. Maybe the refs didn't enforce them the right way. But Czechia basically said, we're not backing down. We are not afraid, right? And now, I think that's better for the overall game. Like, is Canada winning every game 12-0 and then having to win one important game? That's not as entertaining. But, look, like Czechia played, they played hard in that game. I mean, what was it like when I was a kid? It was like, wow. The Europeans got skill, but the Canadians will wear them down.
They're soft, but they got finesse.
But
right.
But when it comes down to the moment, the Canadian guys are going to block a shot with their teeth or deliver a big body check or, where Bobby Clark's going to break a guy's ankle in 72, which wasn't a great moment, by the way. But you know what I mean? Like now, has it shifted a little bit? Like some European nations might play more like that. Whereas Canada's more like, we got to have the skill.
Well, why do you think they need to have the skill? Because that's all these kids are getting taught. Hey, if you can come in, toe drag, backhand, forehand, bar down, you're skilled. Oh, you're a skilled player. But does that mean that you can get dirty in the corners and be able to handle yourself in that situation? That's kind of, what I'm saying. Like some of the best football players are the best basketball players. Because those skills can intertwine and overlap big time.
Well, and what's at the NHL level, what often separates hockey players? Toughness. The ability to get the puck and play like a little bit like what have I often said about Leon? Like angry Leon, okay, he might take a dumb penalty every once in a while, but angry Leon's good.
Yes.
Even angry Connor isn't so bad. Like Zach Hyman, why is he valued? Because he does not quit. He's physical in his own way. Like he won't take a 15-step run and run a guy. But like I would think if I was an opposing defenseman, I got the puck in the corner, I'd be like, oh, here comes freaking Hyman again. He's going to be all over me. As opposed to like, oh, here's Frederick. I got time. I'll play it up. So
it's funny this is coming up right now because I'm going through this right now. I'm trying to put together, I'm going to coach flag football again.
Oh, nice.
And I'm trying to put together a team and of local kids from around where we are. And a lot of them are, well, I don't know if that'll overlap or play well with spring hockey. And it's like, gosh, man, like I get it. But do you know how much more or how much you can improve your foot speed playing a different sport?
Right.
How much you can develop your hands, your hand-eye coordination, playing a sport that you have not played. This will benefit your hockey game,
right?
Your ability on ice. And by gosh, it's okay to play a different sport once in a while. Like this, I guess, specification of what sport. And, you got to play football. Like the Senior Bowl, Reid, was yesterday. The Alberta North-South Senior Bowl was yesterday. January 4th. What's going on? Why is that? And now there's spring football. And you got to get ready for this camp or this team that's doing this thing in the spring. Like, I just, that drives me batty. I can tell you one thing. The girls in the Milne house are playing volleyball. They're playing basketball. They're playing handball. They're playing whatever sport they can get their hand on as long as it doesn't overlap.
Right.
Because it's good. If you're good at this sport, you're gonna find details that are going to apply to this sport. And mental reps and playing the game.
Yeah. It's interesting because we were talking about going to the net and goal scoring earlier. And Alex Ovechkin, what's he over 900 cube? Do you know the exact number? But he's way up there. Ovechkin, like he's way up there.
Oh yeah, he's above 900.
Yes. Okay, so he has the skill to score with that one-timer from the off wing on the power play. If Alex Ovechkin couldn't do that, he would still be in the NHL. And if you watched every goal he ever scored, because we've seen him in the playoffs, and yes, but he scores a lot of goals by going to the net and jamming in a rebound. You know what I mean? Like he's not a one. Like if Ovechkin wasn't on the power play and couldn't shoot a one-timer, he's probably still a 20 to 30 goal scorer every year because he gets to the net,
yes,
and does
he's a pain in the ass.
Non-skill things,
right?
Or the hard-working things,
the effort,
right?
The know where to get and how to get in your opponent's head.
Now, having said this, I don't think Canadian hockey is broken. I'd like to hear from listeners. You can text us 780-218-9999. Afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino, home of the kitchen restaurant. Sundays and Mondays, 50% off the entire menu. Available Sundays and Mondays, 5 p.m. till close. Like I don't have kids, so I like anything about minor sports, kids sports. I hear from people like you who have kids.
It's incredible,
varying levels of degree. But like when I played as a little kid, and for what I wanted to learn and what I valued from my teammates, is I valued, of course, individual skill is important, but I valued the guys who understood what the right play was. Like I just said, like nobody liked the puck hog.
No.
Like, okay, I'll pass to you when you're open in front of the net. But when somebody else is open in front of the net, you're trying to dangle three guys. Like make the best play for the team.
And something you said earlier that resonates with children, I'm talking like younger than 10, is accountability. Accountability to their teammates.
Mm-hmm.
That is a great skill to have, where you are concerned about what your teammates are doing or where you should be to better this team and move this team forward. Well, with a one-on-one skills coach, Reid, and I'll tell you this honestly, and I know we're going on a bit of a tangent, but whatever.
Well, this is interesting stuff.
It is, because you can play on any sport you want. You can play on a multitude of different club teams that really, are they really evaluating you on your skill? Or are they just wanting to put a team together and, here's a fee, your kid can play on our team?
Oh, right, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that has become so oversaturated in athletics for kids specifically. It's to say, well, you can play on our club team, and it's a $3,500 bill for your parents.
Yeah.
But does that mean you're getting good coaching?
Right.
Does that mean that your child is bettering themselves on and off the court? Really taking it to that next level. I don't think that is. I think a lot of these, their clubs are amazing, Reid. You wouldn't believe how many clubs, teams there are that it's really devaluing the meaning of club. When I grew up, it was rep baseball. Man, if you could make the Sherwood Park Athletics, you were a good baseball player.
Right.
Well, Reid, I bet you there's 10 different clubs that operate out of Sherwood Park Minor Baseball. And I don't know for fact, I'm just assuming that are club teams.
Right.
Right? The term club used to mean something. Now all it means is that, here, give me your money. And we're going to take your kid to, I don't know, Victoria.
Savoie Beach.
Yeah, something like that.
We are coming to you from the Canadian Brewhouse studio. UFC 324 is live Saturday, January 24th at the Canadian Brewhouse. TVs everywhere, ice cold drinks, and nonstop action. The Canadian Brewhouse, our house is your house. Here's the Coop.
The Oilers have loaned Quinn Hutson to the AHL, with the 24-year-old scoring 1 goal in 4 games with the big club this season. Edmonton plays host to Nashville tomorrow. And there's a pair of games live in the NHL right now. Over the midway point of the first period, the Ducks have a 1-0 lead over the Capitals. Kris Kreider with his 14th of the season for Anaheim. Elsewhere, the Mammoth and Rangers are locked at zeros. And earlier, Canada beat Finland 6-3 in the bronze medal matchup to finish on the podium at the World Juniors. And at 6:30, Sweden and Czechia go at it for gold. Locally, the Oil Kings have made a trade swapping Joe Iginla and a conditional 2028 third-rounder to the Giants in exchange for Aaron Obobaifo and a conditional third-round pick in 2029. Down south, the Raiders have fired head coach Pete Carroll after he spent 1 year with the team going 3-14. On the court, Toronto and Atlanta tip off momentarily. And right now, it's the Pistons and Knicks nearing the end of the first quarter. Detroit up 30-25. The Reid Wilkins Show rolls on following the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
Hockey is heating up, and so is the excitement on Play Alberta. With casino winners every hour, jackpots worth millions, and revenue that stays in the province, there's never been a better time to sign up. Right now, our listeners can score a $50 free bet when they make a minimum $50 deposit with code EST50. That's code EST50 for a $50 free bet. Start playing with your game sense today to find out if you're Alberta's next winner. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, please use your game sense.
December's festive featured wing flavors are here at the Canadian Brewhouse. It's festive cranberry versus Korean bulgogi in the ultimate flavor showdown. Try them anytime or just 67 cents every Wing Wednesday for a limited time. The Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
Make a fresh start in the new year with Sentinel Storage. With convenient locations near you, Sentinel Storage is here to help you make space for everything 2026 holds. Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian. Try 4 weeks free. Visit sentinelstorage.ca.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
20 thumbs away from 100. If you have us on YouTube and you have not clicked the thumbs up button, please do so. If you have clicked the thumbs up, click share. Send the show link off to somebody else, especially if they think there's some spelling and grammar whiz. They think there's some wordsmith. They can play along with words of the day in about 15 minutes. That's always fun.
I got a couple good ones for you.
Oh, these are good ones. I love doing Word of the Day for Edmonton Public Library. Oilers tomorrow against the Nashville Predators at 7. We will have the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show at 6, hosted by Tom Gazzola. Portions of this hour presented by Little Buckaroo Design. Since 2015, Little Buckaroo Design in New Sarepta has been saying, heck yeah, we can do that. From heat press and embroidery to rhinestones, sublimation, DTF, signs, and custom decals.
Decals.
Michelle and her team can make it happen. Stop by the showroom at 5063 Center Ave in New Sarepta. You can call 780-984-2872 or check out their website at lilbuckaroodesign.ca. lilbuckaroodesign.ca.
Heck yeah.
They've made us some cool shirts.
They have. Wonderful people.
Yeah, good stuff. So the Oilers practicing today. McDavid between Nugent-Hopkins and Hyman. Draisaitl between Podkolzin and Kapanen, who is expected to return. Henrique with Howard and Roslovic. Janmark, Lazar, and Savoie. Based on practice today, Mangiapane and Frederick, the extra forwards. Hutson has been sent down. Ekholm with Bouchard on defense. Nurse with Regula. Stastny with Emberson. Walman skating with Stillman, but Walman not ready to come back yet. And, of course, Ingram and Pickard, the goaltenders. Last two games, pretty tough for the Oilers. Here's Knoblauch.
Yeah, sometimes it's a little bit of luck, whether the pucks hit the goalposts or go in or the type of chances we're giving up. I think we can tighten up a little bit, maybe make an extra save too. Just a lot of variables. I don't think there's one thing that we can say that if we do this, it'll eliminate it. I think there's a lot of factors, and one of them just being a little more engaged, or the intensity being a little bit higher, just so we're defending a little bit harder.
All right. They were not good the last couple of games. Sometimes, now I know why he's saying it. Well, look, I know he's answering the question spur of the moment. Sometimes I don't like it when Knoblauch goes too well. There is a little bit of luck. Like, yes, okay. I know over the course of a full season, you're not going to always get what you deserve. But the Oilers were not unlucky and did not outplay their opponents the last 2 games. They were downright sloppy and didn't get good enough goaltending and didn't get any contributions from their depth players. Agree or disagree?
I agree in their last 3 games.
Well, actually, since Christmas, you could say...
Yeah. I mean, they've been outplayed. They were fortunate enough to steal the game in Winnipeg.
Yes.
And win that game. But they were outplayed. Absolutely.
I mean, Boston... Well, Philadelphia, they fell behind 3-0. What was it against Boston? 2-0? And then 3-1, I think?
Correct.
But just sloppy play. I mean, against Philly Saturday afternoon, incredibly poor passing. Bad defensive decisions. And, down... Pickard maybe steadied it a little bit in the second and third periods, but you needed something stopped in the first period, so it wasn't 3-0. Certainly Ingram didn't have a good game against Boston, but there were other problems on top of that. I just look... And again, this is what I find, like when I watch sports, what's the risk reward? Like I'm not saying you have to play safe all the time. Like there are times, okay, you got to try to make a play. But that 2-on-2 that Philly had in the first period, and Nurse goes for the poke check outside the blue line, and he misses him, and it's a 2-on-1. Now I talked to somebody in the press box who said, well, Nurse looks at that and sees Roslovic coming back on his guy. But I'm still like, okay, then just leave it. Like, there's a 2-on-2 with no threat of a 3-on-2. But as soon as you miss the guy, now you're asking Roslovic to be perfect, which he needed to be better with that back check. But this is the frustrating thing when you see a play like that, or you see sometimes Bouchard trying a risky pass. What's the problem with just playing it normally?
That's a great point. Because why does it feel like at times this team feels like they need to live outside of their comfort zone?
You got to hit a home run every single time.
Why is that? Is that their internal pressure on themselves? Is that them saying, well, shoot, we're the Edmonton Oilers. We've been the back-to-back Stanley Cup final. Do you know, like, why is that?
Okay, here's what I think. I think some of it is the personality of the player sometimes.
Which you don't always hate that.
You don't always hate that. I think, and this is where I would be different. And I'm not presenting this as a way that I want to argue with people. I just want to present this as a different point of view. And it's something that I personally think about, maybe more than some other people. Because when we talk about Knoblauch, what do we get of? Line combinations, tinkers too much. He's too bland. He's too inexperienced. He doesn't yell. Like that. Those are generally the type of things that we get. But often when he talks, and he even mentioned it in that clip, he talks about confidence. And I really think he stresses, if you think you can make a play, make it.
Yeah.
But there's that fine line, right? There is that, yes, you got to play free. You got to play, you don't want to feel like there's a piano on your back. You don't want to overthink it, right? Like when you played safety, most football plays last, 3 to 5 seconds? Mm-hmm. I mean, you got to freaking decide what the play is and do it.
Yep.
So you can't be thinking like, but wait a minute, that guy was, they got a touchdown. Like, you got to, but by the same token, it's like, I guess Darnell thought he could poke check that guy. But why in that situation? And I'm not trying to just pick on Darnell. I'm just using that one play as an example. Clearly, Bouchard has had his issues. When Walman played, he had some pinching issues. So I get it. As a coach, you want to tell your players, if you feel like you can make a play, make the play. But I also feel as if that should be confined to the opposite side of your own net, from the opposite side of the red line
time
from your
and
own
place.
net. Yes.
Time and place, risk versus reward. But maybe we're not giving that enough credit. The mindset of a highly tuned athlete.
Right.
Saying, no, I can make this play. Well, you're not always going to make that play, but you're probably not going to get harped on too much, because more times than not, you do make that play. And like the Evan Bouchard conversation, right? There's two sides to that. What he does offensively is excellent.
Yeah.
What he decides to do defensively in thinking to get to that offensive side is sometimes what gets him in trouble.
It's, and maybe this factors back to our whole thing about how players are coached to have skill and trust that skill, which is great, but are you always making the right decisions at the right... Let's go back to a key moment in the Oilers playoffs last year. Quinton Byfield knows damn well he can stick handle by a guy one-on-one. He knows he can do it. What if in that situation, he just was like, I'm banking this off the boards and out, or I'm flipping it out, or whatever. If Bush can knock it out of midair and control it and keep it in time to score a goal, good for him. But I'm not going to give him the chance to wipe it off my stick and then I'm out of the play. Like little things like that. Like, do the Oilers make, like, and I'm just remembering that one play. That one helped, but do the Oilers make enough proper little decisions like that? And how much of that, my question for everybody, is coming from the coach, because Knoblauch seems to stress playing free, playing confident, and trusting yourself.
Okay. Maybe Nugent Hopkins and McDavid and Draisaitl, Hyman, maybe those guys should be given the green light.
Well, I think they have it.
Right? But there is hierarchy in this lineup. There's hierarchy in every team. There's different skill levels and skill sets throughout the lineup.
Right.
Maybe that shouldn't be the same case for everybody. And kind of that know your role.
Right.
Know your limitations. But it's hard for an Emberson to see, Ekholm flawlessly move it up the ice and say, well, I'm going to do that too.
Yeah.
Right?
That's interesting. 780-218-9999 is how you text
cracked
us.
The code.
Maybe I think we've totally cracked it. That's the River Crew Resort and Casino inbox. Edmonton Sports Talk presented by Play Alberta. Why limit your choices when you can have it all? Play Alberta, your go-to app for casino games, sports betting, and lottery, all in one place with easy access to real money games. You can enjoy everything Alberta has to offer right at your fingertips. Download Play Alberta now and start playing today. Words of the day when we get back.
The Oilers have loaned 24-year-old Quinn Hutson to the Condors, with Edmonton hosting Nashville tomorrow night. And on the ice right now, there's 2 games underway at the first intermission. The Ducks are down 2-1 to the Capitals. With under 30 seconds left to go in the first, Mammoth and Rangers are scoreless. WHL news, the Oil Kings have traded Joe Aginla to the Giants in exchange for Aaron Obo-Bifo. The teams also swapped conditional third-round picks in the move, Edmonton gaining a 2029 selection, sending a 2028 third-rounder the other way. Earlier, Canada doubled up Finland 6-3 to take the bronze at the World Juniors, and at 6:30, Sweden and Czechia hit the ice to fight for gold. A few coaching changes in the NFL after going 3-14 in his first season with the Raiders. 74-year-old Pete Carroll has been relieved of his duties, and on the court, there's a trio of games underway. Early in the first, Raptors are up 15-4 on the Hawks. And midway through the second, it's the Pistons up 43-36 over the Knicks. The words of the day for the Edmonton Public Library brings us back after the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
Our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as a ninja fighting off evil samurai.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Your brand deserves more than just a whisper, it deserves a buzz. At the Hive Product Marketing, they specialize in promotional products that bring the buzz. From eye-catching giveaways to unforgettable keepsakes, they got the perfect products to make your brand stand out and get noticed. Visit the Hive Product Marketing and let them create the buzz your business deserves. The Hive Product Marketing, the official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk. Visit them online at thehiveproductmarketing.com.
Looking for a winning strategy for your retirement? Contact me, Joaquin Gage at K4 Financial, where expertise meets dedication. I will always look for a careful approach to your retirement, ensuring your financial future is secure. From tailored strategies to clear, actionable advice, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Don't leave your future to chance. Get in touch with me, Joaquin Gage, today at k4financial.ca or email joaquin.gage@k4financial.ca to start planning for a brighter future and a more secure retirement.
All right, hope you're having a great day. We're in the Canadian Brewhouse studio. The Canadian Brewhouse is showing you love. Download the app and earn double points on Tuesdays and Thursdays, triple on Sundays, plus weekly challenges on the Canadian Brewhouse Reward app. The Canadian Brewhouse, our house, is your house. Matthew Hyman said, Reid doesn't read chat during word of the day, does he? I do not. I usually tilt my monitor down. By the way, we need, what do we had, 9 thumbs? So if you've not given us a thumbs up on YouTube, do so. If you have, quickly click the share link and fire it off to somebody and say, hey, you'll like word of the day. Maybe you won't like anything else about these guys, but you'll like the word of the day presented by the Edmonton Public Library. The Edmonton Public Library has an intellectual freedom campaign. EPL won't tell you what to read, just where to find it. Learn more about how EPL protects your freedom to read at intellectualfreedom.ca.
The word of the day with Reid and Jay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
What do they got to say?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you.
Let's find out.
English, do you speak it? Then you know what I'm saying.
Hey.
First word of the day, senescence. Senescence.
Senescence. Holy gatoodle. Senescence. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take your advice.
Do it.
I'm not gonna fiddle around with it. Do it now. I'm not gonna break my brain over this one. I'm not gonna launch myself into orbit trying to figure it out. Senescence. Sin and essence. SINESSENCE. Did it the simplest way possible. And that's wrong. Great, Jake. Why do I follow your advice?
I knew as soon as you said that.
Okay, it's SY.
No.
It's SI.
No.
SE.
Yes. It's a tough word to spell because none of it makes sense.
I don't know.
SENESCENCE. Senescence.
Like that?
Yeah.
There's 2 S. No.
It's weird.
That is, okay.
It's a weird one.
Senescence. Well, I don't know what this means.
Would you like it
I
in
better
a sentence?
take a sentence. Well, I'm just staring down a 0 today.
Our grandparents, now in their senescence, are enjoying spending more time with family and going on new adventures together.
In their retirement years, their golden years. I did not know what that meant.
Senescence is a formal and technical word that refers to the state of being old or the process of becoming old.
Oh, okay. So it's even more detailed than what I gave.
Mm-hmm. Second word of the day.
Okay. You still want to give me a half?
Oh, you're getting a half.
I don't know, but thanks.
Second word of the day. Marginalia. Marginalia.
Okay, fine. I know how to spell margin, I think.
Marginalia. This might work out for you.
Marginalia. 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 There it is. That one worked for me. And these are... I'm going to say that this is the things that are on the fringes of what's important.
Wow.
Well,
Okay,
in margins.
I'm gonna give you the definition, and you see if you think that you're deserving. Marginalia is a plural noun that refers to notes or other marks written in the margins of text, and also to non-essential matters or items.
Oh,
I think you were directionally
I think
there.
The second part of that?
Yeah.
I should get at least 0.8.
Okay. 0.8. I'm going to give you a little extra tip. 0.85.
Peter Klima. What did I say? Something that's is not of the center of importance,
Yes,
basically. And what's the
essentially.
second half of that definition?
Non-essential matters or items.
Well, that's pretty good.
We're going with it.
That's pretty good. Probably should be a 0.85.
So 1.85. So that's 2.35 out of 4. Reid.
2.35. Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad. Coming in here on a Monday.
Could be worse. And Montana State just took the early lead in the game. They're up 7-0. Points.
Oh, it's on the old television. It's on your computer.
2.
Oh, nice. You can go and watch that.
TSN 2.
Tomorrow, we will tee up the Oilers and the Predators and have other fun discussions, I'm sure. On behalf of Zachary Kubish and the glue guy, Jason Milne, I'm Reid. Have a great Monday night.